El Diablo is back, baby.
일단 오늘 오퍼스 간의 대결이 기대가 되는데요. 일단 사야 선수도 그렇고 엑스큐레이트 선수도 굉장히 유명한 오퍼스잖아요. 하지만 오늘 상대는 예입니다. 충분히 맛오퍼 가능할까요?
솔직히 예이 선수는 당연히 보여줬던 게 있는 선수이기 때문에 당연히 리스펙트를 하고 있고요. 다시 이제 대신에 예이 선수가 진짜 오퍼를 쓰는
Alright, bro, we're in this bitch. Wait, are we in
만약에
this
쓰게
bitch?
된다면은 저희 두 선수 모두 다
Is this
정말
real?
훌륭한
Chat,
오퍼라고
is this real?
생각하기
This is real.
때문에 좋은 모습을 오늘 보여드릴 수 있을 거라 생각합니다.
Well, Ye, I do respect him because he's proven himself over and over on international stages in past years as well.
We're respecting
But
Ye, bro,
I
in
am fully
2024, bro. That guy is
confident in
washed.
X8 and Saya, and,
Come
I'm
on,
not
man.
really
We
sure
can't be
if
for
he's
real, are
gonna
we?
be
Are
the
we
one
serious?
opting for
Are we
Bleed.
serious right now?
But if he is, then we're gonna have not much of a problem countering his operator. Well then, Ligaya, today, Ye. We cannot not talk about Ye because he has a big task ahead of him. What can you tell me about his current form? Would you say the trophy-winning El
Does he have
Diablo
Travis's
is
on?
back 100%?
Wait, he got that shit on him, yo. This guy got the Travis on. Hold on, player. He got that drip on him for real. Hold on, player. I was unaware of your game, bro.
I mean, Jake is a big part of our team and very important player for us. But can I say he's back? I don't know. He has to prove himself on the stage again. He hasn't been playing in a while, so yeah, it's on him to prove that he's back as El Diablo, I guess.
He said it's on him to prove he's back.
굉장히 자신감 있고 또 믿어주겠지만 사실 예이 선수가 경기를 오랜만에 뛰는 거기도 하고 그리고 무엇보다 스스로를 다시 한번 증명하면서
Nintendo Switch 2 will reportedly release in Q1 of 2025.
증명해내야 할 것 같다고 얘기를 하는데요. Well then, thank you coaches and final words before today's matchup. 그러면 각오 한마디 듣고 끝내겠습니다.
첫 경기인데 되게 오랜만에 경기를 하는 느낌이에요. 이런 정규적인 경기는. 그래서 이번 첫 경기만 저희가 좋은 결과를 만들어낼 수 있다면은 아마 이번 대회뿐만 아니라 올 한 해가 되게 의미 있는 한 해가 될 것 같아서 오늘 무조건 이길 수 있도록.
What are we saying? What's the word on today, bro?
Kai
Snap put up one shot. He had one tweet and one block from Ruby Rouge. That's funny as fuck. It's fake, but it's funny.
Then it's gonna motivate us so much.
Kai Snap basketball or XCC goalkeeper chat?
For the rest of the year, so we'll try our best to win today. Well, Ligaya?
Not much to say from my side except for everyone watching. I hope they enjoy the game and good luck to T1.
일단 보시는 분들 즐겁게 경기를 보셨으면 좋겠고요. T1도 오늘 화이팅 했으면 좋겠다고 얘기를 합니다. 여기까지 어떤 감독, 레가야 감독 만나봤습니다. Well, thank you coaches. Good luck to you both. And over to you, Victoria.
Thank you so much, Jen, Coach Lagia, and Coach Autumn. Did you hear those words Lagia said about Ye? That was some like tough Asian dad love.
No, but I really like it. I actually really like it because he's right. It's been so long since we've seen Ye in a position to really succeed, right? Or at least try to.
Wait, kill himself?
And instead of just kind of putting out blanket hype, I like the idea that, okay, that is the story of Ye right now. He has to prove himself in terms of his own branding.
He does. Yo, all eyes are on him, bro.
We should note that he said, well, we're all great players,
has
right?
to make
It's not
it.
that he doesn't have hope in the team succeeding, but is El Diablo back? That's a very high bar. So I thought it was a nice answer. I really dig it.
It's a lot of pressure. I mean, the guy has to come back and prove himself again. You know, there was that. If you look at his VLR page, honestly, like it's a bit of a red carpet.
We're checking
so
VLRs
maybe
now,
we can
bro.
start
We're
seeing a little
checking
bit more
VLRs.
green now that he's
Come
with
on.
this team. How does he
Let's
fit
be for
in?
real.
How does he work off of his teammates? You know, what role is he going to play? We still don't really know which agent it's going to be. There's some speculation as to it's going to be Chamber again, or I don't know.
You gotta imagine the Chamber is definitely an option, right? We're seeing it be used by a lot more teams on a lot of different maps. But also, for anyone who did watch, like Bleed put out a mini vlog, kind of coming to Korea, getting ready during media days, and in there, Scary, he's doing a huddle, and he points to Darian and says, like, our best duelist. And then he goes around, right? And he calls out everyone else. So I'm starting to get an inkling that Darion moving over to Duelist at Riot 1 was not a one-time thing.
Ooh,
I think that definitely
he's not on Duelist anymore.
Darian is a Duelist, Ego is a Sentinel. What's Ye gonna be? We'll find out pretty soon.
That's right. Now you can see our predictions here. It's all red.
It is all red. I'm shocked we're all aligned on
It was
this,
just Lunar New Year.
It's all red.
It
Nice.
is very auspicious match
So fucking
one
stupid.
happening. So we got myself, Quack, predicting a bleed win.
Yeah, Kilios, Paper Thin, and William. They're all ball
going for
knowers.
T1.
All ball knowers.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is, as actually a lot of the matches are here at VCT Pacific Kickoff, I think we have some of the more closer matchups throughout all the different regions. But
They do,
I just
actually.
have to go off of, okay, T1 already
Pacific is
proved
just
to me
so,
what
like,
they're working
tight,
towards
'cause,
at
like, there's just a
EVO
lot of
during the
mid
offseason and some
involved.
other tournaments as well. And they've shown growth during the
knows,
offseason.
chat? Who
Also,
knows?
even though it seemed a little haphazard at first, every roster change they made during the offseason seemed to always evolve them one extra step. Now, I'm not doubting anything about Bleed, but simply we haven't seen anything, and a lot of it seems to just ride on mechanically. Yeah, mechanically, can all, not just EA, can all of them perform up to the expectations with potential role swaps? I'm not so sure because T1 is no pushover.
Yeah, I completely agree. T1 has been continuously upgrading. We've seen this last year going through the
we're so
2023
fucked here.
season. As they
This is
grew
fucking
throughout
chip
the
as well?
season, they
Let's
just
see. Oh, that's
performed
energy. Cool.
better and better as the weeks went by. But that said, we've decided to vote for Bleed this time. I know they are the new team this year, the new kid on the block.
Ooh.
But why did you pick Bleed for this match?
I mean,
they go for
that's just the
Bleed?
thing,
Let's
you know,
see.
it's like, how can we say that, you know, we're not sure if Bleed's gonna, we saw them at Ascension. That's my main thing. I do think that
did.
T1 is also really experienced. They
That is
have grown a
facts.
lot.
They
I
were
love
seen
what I
at
saw at
Ascension.
APL.
That is facts,
But I
chat.
also really love what I saw from Bleed at Ascension. Scary with that clutch was definitely one thing. You
Boom,
know that there's that
boom,
individual potential, but also just the fact that
boom,
Ye
boom.
coming into this roster, he's got that sort of smooth, controlled kind of aim. Not so twitchy, not like Forsaken, for example. But that's something that fits into Bleed's playstyle with Lakia as the coach. You know, it's this very controlled, tactical, sort of smoothly flowing throughout the entire map. And then if that comes into Bleed, you know, on the defensive side or on attack, they can definitely pick things apart. They could actually throw a wrench into T1's plans.
Listen, this guy on this desk here, all the fans are always yelling at us like, you're counting off-season events as you like your progress, and he's going 6 months back to Ascension with a different roster? Are you kidding? I mean,
Core players still there, Will.
Listen, we were all there, and I actually believe that this roster has a lot of hope, not just because of Ye. I actually really like the core three. Like you mentioned, it's Crazy Guy, Darion, and Scary.
Yeah,
I think individually and in their own roles, they are very talented people.
Damn,
but again, it's a matter of Kickoff is so brutal. It's 1 week. Sure, groups are double a limb, but again, that only gives you 2 chances to try to get into the playoffs. I just don't think it's enough time.
I mean, in terms of your predictions, how hard are you expecting T1 to
are
win
we starting
this?
to do like a
Like,
little,
you know,
like a
where on the
40,
percentage?
60, like a 70, 30?
Yeah, that's right.
You know, man, in this matchup, I think it's a bit of a risk to say this, but I would lean so far as 70-30 for T1.
Okay, that's pretty high.
It is very
It's a high
Yeah, I think
expectation.
the safe answer would be 60-40, but that's not fun. Nobody likes that. So
They
no
are-
half buys here, okay?
No
we're going for full
buys.
buys.
That is, I mean, they do have a lot more experience playing franchise. And yourself?
If he's
Quack?
going to go that way, I'm going to go 80-20 Mr.
Oh!
Sweater. Bleed wins
Ooh.
against
Oh,
T1.
Wow, okay.
Because here's the thing. I mean, yes, we haven't seen, I'm talking about Ascension, but Bleed also has game tape to study up on AVL. Bleed can
facts.
study up
This
on
is
how
facts.
T1 might operate.
Hold on. If T1 brings out the same exact composition with the same exact executes, yes, you're right. I think Bleed would absolutely win. I 100% agree.
Well, let's see who the teams actually want to face off this season. We did a poll with each one of the teams and asked them, who do you want to face off this kickoff? And it's very interesting.
Everyone's Paper X, everyone's
Most
DRX.
teams want to face off
Global
against Paper X,
Esports want RRQ.
followed by DRX and
That's funny.
RRQ.
Oh, my Kings Global Esports, they know who the true opponents are going to be this year at VCT Pacific.
That's so random.
Viva
Who goes,
RRQ.
I want
I am very
RRQ,
curious.
not.
I'd love to
It's
hear
the
from
I
them
want
eventually on like
Ingrid.
what their
Dog.
Yeah, I mean, why was that picked? Because while obviously I have high hopes for a
That's
team like
random as fuck,
RRQ,
but okay.
you gotta imagine that DRX and Paper X are still generally the favored ones to go to the finals, and also probably the ones that everyone's shooting for, right? Those are the teams that you want to take down to prove yourselves this year in VCT Pacific.
A lot of it, definitely. I mean, I think Paper X and DRX, there's like some sort of like intertwined fate between the two of them. They're always up against each other. Maybe Paper X has a little chip on their shoulder. They want to prove themselves by beating DRX again. But every other team right now just wanting to take down Paper X, especially a team like Bleed, for example, it's It's going to be a lot of pressure.
You know, DRX and PaperX both picked each other as well. It's like they can't get enough of each other.
Well, I mean, DRX, surely. I'm sure that kind of just lives rent-free in their head, right? They were close to trying to close out that finals last year at VCT Pacific, and they were not able to. They allowed
DRX
the
tomorrow. Does anyone know,
reverse
chat?
sweep to happen in Tier 1 Valor. I mean, that's not
For
something that it seemed like DRX could live
$100
with for a loss.
million.
I'm sure they want that rematch
Does anyone
in a
know
finals
what
at any
time
point this year
DRX
in Pacific.
plays?
Now, we were talking a bit about the mood here in Korea, Will, with
Daily
T1
play at 5 in the morning.
on
I will
the
not be
rise.
there.
DRX has been a long-time favorite and long-time kings of
I will not be there, chat.
Pacific
I
and the
will not
Korea
be there.
region anyway. How's the mood now in Korea with all the Korean teams?
We're finally seeing a bit of a shift. You know, it used to
We
be
will- we
like,
will not be
okay,
there.
no matter
We
international
will not
results,
be
we
there.
always got to hope for DRX. DRX is the only hope for Korea, et cetera, et cetera. And now, with the off-season showings and the type of roster
Wait,
changes
they take like a little break in
despite
between, but
going
Pacific
for a more
doesn't from the
international
looks of
roster,
it. Wait,
it
let's see
seems a
how
lot of Korean
Pacific
fans
does
are
things.
starting to say, okay, maybe we do
18.
want to
No,
bank
they go
on
straight
T1.
into a
Maybe
19.
They are
They're
actually
only in
going
the
in the
19.
right
Now they're
direction.
Whoa,
And DRX, we kind of want to
shit.
wait and see how this roster
They
pans
have
out.
2
'cause so far,
qualifiers
that
off of
philosophy
rip
they
like
used
that,
to have
like that,
seems to
chat.
have hit a ceiling. Very good records. But
Even
it
here,
seems to be
wait,
a hard
Pacific
gap.
just goes
So now
bang,
I'm
bang,
starting
bang,
to see a bit of a
bang.
shift to, okay, T1, I'm kind of liking what you're cooking. I haven't gotten a full taste of it yet, but I'm willing to sit and wait for the full menu to come out.
Interesting.
So we got to diversify our stocks and all the
They play
Korean teams,
elimination
not
first
just
before
all
they play
in on
winners.
Oh,
That's
yeah, maybe
cool,
they're
yeah.
just all going
I don't know.
safe. That's what it is.
Go safe.
Whatever, chat,
A little
whatever.
sprinkle of Gen G in there as well, you know.
Got points though. I mean, T1 did perform pretty well at Masters last year. They managed to show us that they're not just this roster that T1 just suddenly put up together. They definitely have been growing a lot. So I'm very excited to see what they have this year. But we can't neglect the last Korean team here either. I think Gen G is very interesting. Meteor's definitely always someone to watch out for. But I'm very curious about how their roster has changed. You've got some new players, completely new rookies being added to the roster.
Yeah, I mean, Charon, right? Nobody knows anything about him, and continuing, that seems to just be the
Wow,
brand that he's going to carry on here through this year. But I will say, out of all the teams in Pacific that are relatively untested in the offseason, right? Maybe only like one match or it's kind of a show match, things like that. I actually believe Gen G has the highest potential out of all of them, right?
Does Gen
Teams
G have
like
the highest
Gen G,
potential? I
teams
don't
like
fucking-
Global
I don't
Esports. I would say even
know.
Team Secret, right? Just that short event in
In for
Predator League.
Overwatch.
I would say Gen G
Watch
starts off
party.
with the highest potential in terms of mechanical skill. So if they can get the chemistry together, they could surprise a lot of us here.
I think I have to agree with that. I mean, biggest potential also because they have had the biggest changes, much needed changes, I think, coming into this season. Now we have to talk about an agent that we didn't see much potential or much love, even in off-season. Deadlock. Are we going to see
I'm gonna talk
Deadlock
about ISO.
this year?
That would've been cool.
Listen, I know during rehearsal
been-
I said
that
we will.
one would've been
I'm very
sick.
excited for it, but let's come back to reality a little bit. Probably not. I think if
I
we
doubt.
do see it, it's gonna be this kind of Hail Mary card, and we're not gonna see Deadlock catch on. I'll say that.
Yeah,
I
I
think she
agree.
still has value for a bit of a curveball pick. I actually personally believe that the length buff right on the barrier mesh is actually really solid. It allows her to be much more viable on different maps. But her attacking side is still so weak that you have to play her as an initiator, which means you probably still want someone else to be able to lurk very efficiently. And then how do you juggle the comps, right? So as an agent, I think she's okay. But as a compositional value, the question mark's still there.
Yeah, the trap, the sonic sensor, that's the one that's I'm wondering about. It's still always, it leaves a little bit more to be desired. But
Galactic
the barrier
Republic.
mesh and the the grenade that you throw out, sorry, I'm forgetting the name. It's still something that has a lot of creativity behind it. I think there are chances where you can kind of combo it off of other utilities, or maybe you get the stun off and then the jet dashes in, which is, I know, something that Vic has done in her own games. There are a lot of things that you could still do, just maybe not yet the most viable for a
Take a
pro
seat,
play.
young
Yeah,
scout.
I mean, we've seen it pop up here and there in the Challengers Leagues as well, especially in Challengers League South Asia. We've seen it pop up several times as well. So there's some value there. And like you mentioned, it's a lot of those mini set plays. It's a lot of the mini executes that you have. But again, it's like, well, who are you taking out to put in Deadlock? That's always the question.
What kind of
Take out
maps would
Killjoy.
we see her on?
Or
yeah.
to be or not to be, that
It's
is the
hard.
question, chat.
I mean, I feel like Ascent is always one of those like classic ones where you can always just use it and have the wall up, the barrier mash to block things off. But, when you think about newer additions like Icebox, how much are you really going to do?
Yeah, I mean, I think Lotus is also in the pool there.
Well, I'm hearing it's time for the official
Finally.
VCT Pacific Kickoff. Are you boys ready for
was
some
born ready.
specific things?
Yes.
Yes?
Stop
Are we
taking my
ready?
time. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is game time. I hope you're ready over at home. Let's go, Pacific.
Oh, baby. Let's go. We're here, baby. We're here. We're here. We're so ready. We're so Barack. Chat. We're so Barack. I'm here. I'm here. Damn, dude. There you go.
Two quick kills and he just gets the read! What? Snake bite forces him off the plant. Still trying to stick to it. It's gonna be TF.
Is it an insta kill? That's kind of crazy. An insane mechanic. Having an insta kill? Whoa. DFM, bro. That team is booty.
TFM out of the sight, but Anthem
Oh,
strong.
Anthem's kind of the goat. Hold on. Do they get a win? Probably not, dude. Probably not.
Answers no. He finds another. Catch over the side. Buzz gets the third. Just catch that. Catches. VCT Pacific champion.
Boom. Oh shit, everyone's there. That's sick. That was sick. That was sick. Oh, that's sick. Bro, VCT Pacific shits on everyone else in terms of like production. Their production is so fire, dude. It's actually insane how fire they are. Rex back in Seoul, like, come on, man. Nah, they eat, bro. They cook every time. Secret, and they're doing the like a secret. That's fire. I fuck with that. RQ jerseys are nasty work, but okay, we'll keep it going. Where's Benkai? Over there on the right. My goat. Apex looks so hard, bro. Their jerseys are so fire every year, dude. It's actually insane. And now CDRX, that's fucked up. And Zeta's alright. They got some cool shit. E1, yeah, Telecom 1, okay. Nation focus me. Meteor, that's what, Genji? Yes, sir. Bleed? Yeah, that was fucking Diablo, bro. Holy shit. That flashback? Yeah, I think it's flashback, the new kid. Oh, it's Buzz. Flashback's on the right. Oh shit. Imagine it ends up being neither of them. Imagine it's RQ. You would think that based off this production, someone Pacific won champs, right? Like look at the production. But nope, it's America's. America's their B-Tech ass production, dude. Look at the arena, bro. Bro, Valorant Pacific just shits on the Americas in every way.
Introducing the players. Last year was a warm-up. This year, they're taking over.
Oh, it's Rossi.
prestige, the pedigree. They're on a hunt for a trophy. T1!
Wow, Rossi was really playing fucking tier 2 Valorant. And now he's just chilling in Asia. Which is playing in South Korea. Is that X Korea? Which one's X Korea? I don't know. Is that X Korea? That kind of looks like him. Looks like he'd be Forsaken's older brother. And Psy on the right, yeah? Okay. Yeah, the X Korea is the one all the way on the left. Makes sense. They had him lined up and he was the one all the way on the left in the thing. Show me Diablo, baby. Show me Diablo.
A new addition to Pacific. Wherever they go, blood will be shed.
Diablo, baby, Diablo. Show me the horns. Show me the horns.
Bleed Esports.
And they got Ye closer to the fans. That's fire. Yo, Ye looks old as fuck, no? Am I bugging? He's so happy to be there, dude. He's so hyped to be back in tier 1. I may be an optic hater, bro, but I gotta recognize game, bro. Ye's a baller. Ye, that guy shoots his gun. These are the 2 coaches, yeah. That's the guy that got that drip on him, bro. Look at his shoes, bro. Peep the fucking drip, bro. Don't you forget. Bro, got the Travi lows on, bro. Show some respect. Yeah, they're Travi lows. Yeah. Bro, that guy got the drip on him. He got that thing on him, bro. All right, bro. Predictions. Tier 1, T1, 2-1. I hope it goes to 3, honestly. I want to see how extra ops, and then I want to see what Ye's gonna play. That's what I'm looking for. I need to learn how to get better with the ops. So I gotta see what these guys do and just mimic, basically, in a nutshell. I gotta see what they do after they whiff, because after I whiff, I always repeat. I know I shouldn't, but I like get too eager. I'm like, bro, I need this kill, and then before I can back out. Damn, you can see my White Castle cup. That's fucked. White Castle, sponsor me if you're seeing this. I'm at White Castle on Twitter right now. Not White House, White Castle. Bands.
Here we go. We are going into
they call it
map
vetoes,
picks and
map
bans
vetoes
for the first series of today.
Oh, let's go. I am so
Let's
curious what these two
fucking go. No
teams are going to bring,
dude.
because we've had a fairly
What
good
maps we
idea
got,
of what
baby? What
T1's
maps we
been
got?
preferring in the offseason.
No
No
icebox?
surprise that they're taking out
Fuck.
the icebox. You haven't really seen much of it from any of the teams. The question is, Bleed kicking things off with some long-range battles on the new Breeze.
That's what they love to do. That's what they're good at. So the question is, can T1 really control the map enough that they block up all those tiny gaps? But now Lotus coming into play. This is
Give me buy map 3. Give me buy map 3 and I'll fuck with you, bro.
Yeah, honestly, I think this is a great way to kick things off
what's
for
map
these two
3
teams,
then?
because they show the strengths
I can't even
for
think off the
both
top of my
teams
head.
on these
Split.
maps. I mean, T1 was no pushover on Breeze, even at ABL. The way they're playing it, the way that Xcurate was taking over space even as a harbor, really trying to tighten up the map. My question is what's Bleed's answer to that other than just go get kills with the operator?
I mean, that was the most obvious thing to me on these first 2 map picks. I was like, we're going to see a lot of Operator. Outlaw, we're going to see some Chamber ult.
That's a great way to introduce and kick off VCT Pacific, isn't it? You got to have the Outlaw. I'm hoping that we'll get to see that, but now Split as the decider. I mean, this definitely could go either way. We always say that, but this is definitely just one of those things where both teams are showing off what they are good at on their own map picks.
Why is the audio
Once
fucked,
it comes
chat?
down to Split, though, if it does, who's gonna show up on top?
Man, I'm very curious how T1's going to look on Split, because the way they were playing during the offseason, right, taking over space one by one by going for these mini set plays, by going for the chaining of utility, that actually works a lot better on these larger maps because you can force them into one side. You can really tighten up the map by going for contact. But on Split, the moment you get contact, the round is over. So my question is what kind of composition do you have ready? I mean, is it double duelist? Because that's doable here for T1 and both sides, but it's a very different style of explosive fight sites, because once you get contact, you're already in the site.
And
For the
especially for a
comms,
team
bro.
like Blade,
Is
it
Ye
still
playing
gonna be that
Chamber? I feel
double
like Ye's gonna be
controller.
playing Chamber
How
in this
strong
map.
can Egoist be on this Sentinel role? Because on a map like Split, being able to get
Never mind,
information
Egoist
and
apparently
delay those
plays
pushes is
Sentinel.
going to be so important. We talked
And if
about
Ye's
those
not on
contact
Duelist,
plays,
what
and
the
Blade is a
fuck
team
is
that
Ye playing, guys? Is he on
hopefully knows how to work
Initiator
against
now?
that.
I think one thing's for sure, all of us here want to see Split, because that is the one we have the most questions about at the moment. Now, like you said, Will, the question now is really, what are the agent comps are going to be like? We have so many questions about this team. Who's going to play what role? Is Ye going to be playing the Chamber Sentinel role? Is he going to be playing a Duelist?
I mean, there's rumbles of Ye spamming a lot of KO during the offseason in his own games, and obviously KO,
Yeah,
one of
Ye
those
on
agents
Flex?
that has consistently been picked on Breeze if you're going for the double initiator. If you're going for double initiator at all, I think KO has to be part of that composition, but the real trade-off is it double initiator or double controller? That's always been the question when it comes to Breeze.
That's definitely one of those things on the map, but while Will gives actual and accurate analysis, I'm just going to talk about what's fun, because AVL,
Okay. Oh, are you the
T1
fun
playing.
one?
Yeah, I'm the kind of fun one, because they played Yoru on Breeze during AVL. Are they going to do that again? And is that going to be effective against Bleed, or was that just kind of like a thing that they did for fun in the offseason?
Yoru's a big possibility. I mean, if you watched AVL at all during the offseason, you'll remember Forsaken's Yoru getting 6 ultimates against DRX. So, I mean,
Who the
there's
fuck got
definitely a lot of
6
other teams have
ultimates,
been
bro?
trying it as
He's
well.
in the
I think
fucking
Yoru
range,
has
bro.
value. I think
Dude,
gonna
we're never
actually
getting to
start
the
to see
fucking
Yoru
lobby.
be picked up a lot more often than we're used to across all the different
Arena is
maps,
very
like
nice.
Things like Bind, things like Breeze.
This is not the arena
even
last year, I
Lotus
don't
to a
think.
certain extent. But what I saw from T1's Yoru, it didn't really convince me.
Wasn't a
Obviously,
lot, right?
yeah. There was some time since then, so obviously they could prep
Holy
a lot
shit,
more.
Rossi has his
During
fucking
that, they could really
keyboard like
tighten up
tilted
the
all the
utility.
way.
But for T1, I'd like to
Excuse me,
see
it's like a
something
whole
different,
straight line,
because
bro.
While Excure's Harbor was fine and he was using it in ways to take space and get
Alright,
contact,
what keyboard are you using,
I
bro?
think he could do a lot
That's a
more
Woody.
if he
That's
was
a
different
Woody.
agent and not the Harbor.
I mean, I don't
That's
know
a
if we're
Woody
going
if
to see
I've
ISO.
seen
I
one
feel
chat.
like Euro is finally making his mark, or we're expecting to anyway, but do you think ISO is going to have any showings?
Maybe not so much. ISO still like really like fun to play, right? You get to shoot the orbs, you get the shields, a little bit of aim labs here and there. But still in pro play, I mean, especially on a map like Breeze, I could see you trying to push off of the contingency shield, but the undercut, the range is just, it's a little bit tough. And although he can be a really cracked aimer, what we need on a map like Breeze is a lot more map control. Viper definitely has to be in, and you need a lot more, you know, combos and set plays.
It's funny that you mentioned the limit of the skills and the range, because Breeze is actually one of those maps where I would say Reyna would provide a lot more value
Actually,
than
yeah,
ISO.
the
Right?
leader.
This is
Oh,
one of
wow.
those maps, and we've seen it before, right? Teams who have pocket Reyna picks, they've made it work. I mean, Depp was one of them on Zeta Division in the offseason back at Riot 1, had a great showing on it against DFM. So I think Reyna, potentially a possibility, not between these two teams, though. I think they are going to go fairly standard. It's just, is it
More
double
meta.
controller or double initiator, in my opinion?
Now, one thing that we haven't spoken about, there are stats, but one thing that does impact a lot of the win or losses is the mood, the mental that these players are in. Do you guys get a sense, like the player room is right by our green room, do we get any sense of how they're feeling right now?
Well, so we passed by some of the T1 players actually on our way down to get ready. So this was like minutes before they had to get ready to get on stage. And I haven't seen Rossi be like this focused, right? Because obviously during the offseason, it's AVL, right? It's off-season. It's not counting towards your VCT record, but very focused, very calm and collected, not just super jovial. Obviously, you can tell that Kickoff matters so much because you want to get this win. You want to get to Masters Madrid. You want to get the
You do
early
want to get to
championship
Madrid,
points
no
to have
cap.
a head start in 2024 going all the way to champions.
You want to kick things off well. You don't want to
I don't like this
start off with a bit of a
backdrop.
slump.
It's
So
very
that's the other
plain.
thing for Bleed as well. I mean,
Americans,
looking at their
that's what
mood,
they
you
do
know
well.
the
They do
coaching
have
can be
fire
a little bit,
backdrops.
maybe a little bit serious at times, and
Tough
you can
love.
feel that. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, right? What they
Yes.
talked about with Ye. But I do think that that's something that could also help them. Scary's a guy that really, operates off of that pressure. You can see him praying at times, and he gets really intense, and that's something that gives him that clutch potential. So things could be a big clash.
Another scary ace clutch today? I mean, those are always a treat. Those are always a treat.
Now, Bleed, with so many new players in franchise, I'm sure they must be really serious, really pumped up, and a little bit nervous coming into this first match. I mean, Breeze, coming into Breeze, what are your... Are we going to do a map 3 is my question.
I think we very well could. I think this could very well go to a map 3. And I actually think if you're a Bleed fan, this map draft is pretty good because here's the thing. You're going to want to use the Sova on Breeze, right? Most definitely, yeah.
100%.
And Crazy Guy loves to play that Sova. He's very good with the Sova. And even on Lotus, right? Especially with the Sky changes, we're seeing a lot more teams now start to experiment with the Sova back on Lotus. I know people are still split on that and Fade's still an option, but I could see Crazy Guy doing great things with the Sova and the Odin, which he also uses very well. So I think this actually works in favor of the IGL for Bleed Esports.
Definitely.
Now,
does.
after this, whoever wins is going to be facing off. We also got in this group, a very exciting group A, by the way, Global Esports and Zeta. How do you think this is all going to play out moving on from here? And this is the first match that's going to determine a lot of things for the rest of Kickoff.
I mean, I think it's going to be tough to say for sure. Whoever wins this one, if they're going to go up against either Zeta or Global Esports. Zeta is another team that has gone through a lot of changes. Global has become even more global with all of the new players that they've picked up. And they also have a lot that they want to prove themselves. I mean, if you're watching the Emerge videos on the VCT Pacific channel, you can see and get a sense for how every one of these players feel, especially for a guy like Benkai, for example.
He wants to frag, man.
He wants to frag,
He's done calling, man. He wants to frag. He wants to actually shoot his guns rather than just do the talking. And I think Benkai is going to surprise and remind a lot of people that he used to be a really solid fragger.
Not just a memer, yeah.
Well, he's probably still a memer, but
definitely still a memer.
Bring back the fragging on top, a little nice dollop of fragging onto that dish. And I think Global Esports will surprise more people than they were expecting. However, I mean, I think both those teams are a big question mark because Zeta, I think everyone agrees, much higher potential, but how much time is going to take to reach that potential? Two very young players, rookie players from the academy scene, which I'm very happy to see, but does that growth happen immediately, or is it simply, okay, these are talent with potential, but they need some more time?
I mean, we're talking about the mood and the mental of each of these teams. Zeta, I feel like Laz has a very different vibe about him coming into 2024 season, and I'm guessing this might be related to the camaraderie that the new Zeta has. What are your expectations for Zeta?
I expect them to really tighten up on what we didn't see so much last year when they were really slow and they had some mistakes, kind of operating off of assumptions sometimes. If they can really fix all of that and get in a lot more information gathering and have the protocols to work with these younger players, they have a lot of potential. I mean, Laz and Death, we see what they're capable of. We know that they can reach greater heights, and maybe the off-season being that long, gave them a little bit of a break that now they can come back into 2024 feeling a lot more refreshed. I mean, you saw in those trailers, you see in those interviews, he actually looks really ready for this year.
Yeah, he also looks happy as well. Like he used to look so, he just used to look so exhausted because he had to carry so much weight for that team and
a
the
lot of pressure
entirety of Japanese Valorant, right? I mean, it all rested
Depp was there.
I mean, Depp was there, but Depp was always, he was so focused on the game. In some ways, I think Laz taking on all that pressure allowed Depp to focus on the game. Laz, I think, really took on the leader role and said, listen, I know I'm the icon right now for Zeta Division Valorant. I know I'm the leader. Usually I'm the IGL. I'll take on that pressure. Depp, focus on the game. And that got them far enough. But the question is we know Laz has an individual potential as well. Can he unlock it? Maybe a little bit of this confidence from the younger players. And it seems like a much more joking nature from someone like Yuran seems to benefit that team a lot.
I think a good laugh. I mean, one thing I've heard from across all the teams, we saw this from Coach Potter, Coach Alex. One thing they all have in common is that they bring a lot of joy and laughter amongst their teammates. And when you have people who are on the highest tier of gameplay mechanically, utility-wise, what is the step to improve from there? And it's just good vibes. So that could have been like the missing piece for Zeta as well.
Bringing back to this, of course, the first match that we're waiting on right now between T1 and Bleed. Again, that's a big question for T1. They added an extra coaching staff, right? Coming from North America once again. Actually, a fair bit of experience and history within the Valorant scene alone.
He's
coaching the old TSM and, of course, Trojan briefly as well. So a little bit of chemistry with Rossi for a brief moment. But I would say more so, it's what he did before that with the OTSM roster. For fans who have followed that, they seem to agree, okay, I think his leadership was very good. Now, does the coaching staff chemistry work among Autumn, Stunner, and Data all together? And then how does the team gel with that? Because we've seen Autumn's interview during the offseason. Last year's roster did not gel with the entirety of the coaching staff between Autumn and Stunner. So that's now on Autumn's shoulder to say, we need to be one family, we need to be one team, and all go towards the same goal.
I wonder if it's going to be a case of too many cooks, or just lots of good data. Does T1 have the biggest coaching?
No, DRX
staff?
still holds that.
Ugh.
Well, actually, no. Actually, I
tied.
believe Zeta Division technically has the most if you count like all their analysts. I think they have 4, and DRX technically has 3 for the main team. But they're up there. They're up there. Yeah.
Up there for sure. Contrary to that, Bleed does not. Bleed's got Lagia, and then you got Omnis as the analyst. That's about it. That's all you really need. And sometimes, maybe that's what gives them that edge, because you look at how Lagia talks to his players sometimes, and in that interview that they just had with Jen as well, he's really just, this is my team. This is, I believe in them. Yay, maybe prove yourself, but still, you guys are under me. You guys are together, and we're going to see what you can do.
I like that. There's no favoritism, from Lagia for Ye's star power. Obviously, we've seen so much of Ye across all the, Pacific channels, even NA, because Ye is over here. It is a huge deal.
It's a very big deal.
But, no favoritism there. In fact, Lagia, I think he filled in for one of the off-season tournaments even.
Right,
that is how invested he is in his team. He can play.
It made me chuckle during the interview when he's like, well, I have a lot of faith in my teammates.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're still living in the Riot 1 days a couple months ago. But I like that, because while Ye is a great player, you don't want to build just around the newest player that gets added. You want to have faith that the core, the direction you had is the right direction, and Ye's the right ingredient to add to that mix. Also, I think Lagia's coaching actually proved itself quite a bit at Ascension as well. I mean, going and 3-0ing Scars, who looked very dominant as well, was a good showing in terms of pret and in terms of counter-stratting as well.
Well, with that, we are so excited to see the first series. Guys, go get a snack. We're going to go on a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to see a little bit of T1 and Bleed face off.
Oh, boring. The fuck am I watching? That boy gives you wings.
Gives you wings.
Wow. The next Xbox console will be the largest technical leap. Awesome. I will be getting it. Will I be playing it? Probably not, bro. But I will be there no matter what. Fire. Going for the clutch in a 1v5? Surely not.
Oh my god, that was insane. Break the corner!
We would like to apologize for the delays. We're currently experiencing technical difficulties, and our team is hard at work to resolve the issue as soon as possible. It wouldn't be VCT without tech pauses and delays.
Excited to introduce Valorant Champions Tour Pacific 2024. Last year's VCT Pacific run was amazing, with our players showing their unreal potential on the global stage. This year, there are big and exciting changes coming up. Here are the updates and everything you need to know about VCT Pacific 2024. VCT Pacific will now have 11 teams competing across the region, with Bleed Esports' recent promotion to the International League through Ascension 2023, and we cannot wait to see them on the stage. Now let's talk about
let's get the games going, right? Like,
this year's journey
holy.
begins on February 17th in Seoul. VCT Pacific is split into 3 stages: Kickoff, Stage 1, and Stage 2. 2 Masters events are held in between each stage, and Champions will begin in August as the culmination of global competition for 2024. VCT Pacific Kickoff will be split into 3 phases. The first phase is a GSL format where teams are separated into 3 groups, and the team to come out in first in each group goes straight to the playoffs. The 3 teams who finish second will play in a single round robin where the winner joins the playoffs in a single elimination format.
I don't really like the single elimination format.
Battle during VCT Pacific Kickoff, the top
I see why with the time constraints, but there should be like a upper and lower finals.
Now let's look at VCT Pacific Stage 1. Each team will be split into 2 groups of 5 Alpha teams and 6 Omega teams. Alpha teams will fight against the Omega teams in a single round robin. The top 3 teams who emerge from each group advance to the playoffs and will play in a double elimination bracket. Here, the top 3 teams will be punching their ticket to Valorant Masters Shanghai. VCT Pacific Stage 2 has the same format as Stage 1, but this time the Alpha teams will compete against each other in their own group. Same goes for the Omega teams. The top 6 teams with the best performance over the course of Stage 1 and Stage 2 will make it through to the VCT Pacific Stage 2 playoffs. The top 3 teams in playoffs and the 1 team with the highest championship points will earn their ticket to Valorant Champions. Championship points are a fresh addition to the VCT ecosystem in 2024. Teams will earn championship points to qualify for Valorant Champions at the end of the year. Teams earn 1 point whenever they win a match during Stage 1 and Stage 2. They earn 3 points if they win Kickoff for Stage 1. Teams will also earn 3 points whenever they win a Masters event. The goal, ultimately, is to reward teams who have been the most consistent throughout the year. Only the best of the best will come out on top. The tide is rising and teams will collide and define their destiny in Valorant Champions Tour Pacific 2024. We'll see you all in Seoul, South Korea.
I think 2023, it's not too bad, but very sad for us. It was not good because we didn't qualify to single master.
Not good enough. My
that?
performance wasn't great.
Quite tough
flip-sider?
at first, but with more time we can bounce back and become like dark horse to everyone.
I think from the outside perspective, we were quite underrated. So in that sense, we maybe performed better than some people expected. But from our like in-house expectation, we definitely didn't reach what we wanted to. We felt like we needed to make improvement.
We built a new roster now. We have the confidence with this roster. That's why I think we just need to practice now.
Damn.
The first thing on my list was we need a consistent entry fragging. That's something that we lacked, and I've spoken about it openly. So the first name on my list was Maxim, aka Jemkin.
It feels good to move to Korea. It was hard to make visa, but I'm glad that I'm here right now.
This guy is insane. Every time on attack, I just do something and then he just entry and then he just kill 4 and then kill 3.
Sometimes you see a duelist like after he get 3 kills or 2 kills, they just gonna rush to go more to find some kills, right? But Jemkin, he never overhit. He's very disciplined. Like after he got 3, he wait for his teammate and then maybe we decide what's next.
I bring more firepower to the team and I'm very talkative. I speak a lot during the game, so I can help my teammates. So yeah.
The other thing is that we're looking for a flash initiator player that can actually frag and can potentially help IGL.
RRQ 팀의 에스트레아라고 하고요. 저는 이 팀에서 세컨드 폴로로 플레이하고 있습니다.
Mechanically is like very talented in aim. Second calling also is like very good decision making, when to call this, when to dog, use util. Overall is like best initiator player in Apex.
제가 생각했을 땐 제가 약간 못 한다고 생각을 안 하거든요. 곧 데뷔 시작하니까 보여드리면 되지 않나.
One of our first trials we did was Jemkin and Australia together. I don't think I've seen a team have that level of chemistry for the first time playing together. So that made me really excited. I feel like I can work on top of that and then make it like a champions qualifying team.
이렇게 때라고 이제 생각할 수 있는 이유는 저를 사인했기 때문 아닐까요? 두고 보면 알겠죠.
I'm always excited. I want to play against something because he's also an Asian guy and I already played against him in Japan. I think it will be a good match to play against him.
We found what we wanted, what we needed. I hope we qualify for everything. Yeah.
We are still like the underdog in Pacific, but 2024 is for us to make it to all of the Masters and Champions.
Now we're becoming young adults. We're not perfect, we're not complete at all. We're trying to prove that we belong and amongst the adults of the league, and
Jesus.
I think we could
Winner.
surprise some
1,
punching above our age class.
2,
This year gonna be our year.
3. Won the Super Cup.
いろんなことが始まって、
They
大
did
会
it.
だったり、
Team runners
だっ
up.
たり、
最初は強そうなキャラクターかもしれないんですけど、
Oh, the
途
English
中から
Super Cup. That's FA Shield. FA
楽しいことも
FA
いっぱい
Cup.
あったし
Wait, holy shit.
辛いことも
The Community Shield. Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey. You ready? You look different. Yeah, just a little.
まあオフシーズンで多少ゆっくりはできたし、メンバーも変わって新しくリフレッシュにスタートができて、来年が楽しみな感じですかね。
まあなんか自分より年下の人が今まで1回ぐらいしかなかったので、すごい新鮮な感覚で、まあ、新しい風を感じて、本当にそんな感じですね。
まあ、チームとしてすごい爆発するような成長を遂げる可能性ももちろんあるし、逆に多少リスクではあるのは間違いない。もちろん弱くなっちゃう可能性もあるし、ただ、これでチームがもっと上手くなってもっと強くなる可能性があるのならば、それはチャレンジしなきゃいけないことだと思ってます。
I think for me, we have some freshmen that is like bringing new energy, and I'm bringing like some new knowledge from across the board to the team. So we are getting like so much good stuffs. We can be a really solid team this year.
ゼータディビジョンのヒロロンです。ポジションはイニシエーター、フレックス。
Hiroron, I think.
Bro, start the fucking match, bro. I just want to watch, bro.
賢いタイプ、待ってるのが強いタイプの。
Like, chat, I'm bored as fuck,
man. ゲーム外では真面目ですね。
Sorry.
チーム練習以外でも練習ちゃんとしてるし、ユランと比べると大人っすね、めちゃくちゃ。
ユランはもう謎の自信がめっちゃあって、見てるだけでね、パワーをもらえます。
僕の名前はユランです。多分今後フレックス、バイバーとかイニシエーターを使う機会が多いと思うので。
He can do everything. Whatever we're gonna do, he's gonna okay, I'm gonna do it.
プレイスタイルもなんだろうな、恐怖を感じないプレイするんで、ちょっと見てておもろいのは。
前よりは多分プレイヤーも2人変わってるんで、めちゃくちゃ変わると思うんですけど。
新しい2人はね、本当に打ち合いが好きで、それにこう引っ張られるように、もともと。
Bro, I'm actually like so bored.
いろんなこと今試し中なので、
on Discord. Anything for Discord? Nothing on Discord.
対戦したいのは T1 ですかね。リズさんが入ってから強いって聞いてるんで、T1 をとりあえずは戦って勝ちたいです。
基本的にどのチームも強くなってるとは思ってます。
ちょっと怖いですけど。
It's looking slow, Chaz. Looking slow.
自信持っていこうかなと思います。
My first goal is to us be a really consistent team this year, with no like ups and downs during the season, so we can fight all of the years for the Masters spots, also the champions.
めちゃくちゃ応援してくれる人がいるんで、それの応援には応えたいですね。
長期的な目標はそんなに持ってないのかなとは思ってますけど、チャンピオンズとかは出たいですね。そこは間違いない。
最初の方はちょっとうまくいくかわかんないんですけど。
We're gonna need time because it's gonna be their first year in the franchise, but they are like working a lot. So.
パシフィックチームと戦うのが初めてなので、緊張しないように、弱気にならないように頑張ります。
最終的には本当に強いチームになる。
Mark is red. We got
There's
here.
gonna be a new Zeta. That's it. It's a new Zeta.
お
Well, thank you very much for joining me here for another night market. I know we have a lot to talk about. We've got VCT 2024 Pacific about to kick off. So let's go ahead and talk right off the top with PaperX. Are you going to be full buying, fully investing into this team? Are you looking to save and wait and see how they look?
What we saw in the offseason looked pretty good. They're just trying new things. So I'm not quite at the operator level full buy, but I'm almost there.
Well, I am all in on PaperX. Full buy, 5 operators. Let's go with the whole...
Scatter my economy.
There you go. This team has proven time and time again that they will adapt, right, to whatever is thrown at them, especially the core 4 that is remaining. Obviously, something just 1 year, but he's adapted quite quickly. I mean, he was thrown right onto the stage of Pacific 2023, and he adjusted very well to become the MVP of the very inaugural season. When the dust settles, this team is going to continue to come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm going to be, of course, right there with a full buy as well, because I think you'd have to be a lunatic to not back this squad. Banyet coming in, even though he didn't have the greatest display over at the AVL, they have now had way more time to further integrate him into the roster even more fully. So I think that this is still going to be a very scary team that you cannot underestimate. Well, we started off with the team that won Pacific. Let's go for the second place team this time around. It's DRX. A lot of changes.
Yes, sir.
Very big changes.
The team is finally changed, bro. It took long enough. What's up, Justin? Justin, what you doing, bro? Join court, bro. I'm bored as fuck. The game's not starting at all. This shit is so chock.
It's pretty surprising to see them go with another young gun here with Flashback. He looks really good.
Fucking technical delays, bro. They're trolling right now.
The amount of time they've had during the offseason, they can put it together.
But it's got to be daunting for someone like Flashback, right? You didn't get to really work with a team over a whole year through this entire grueling system to get used to playing against different opponents. So I have to wonder, as one of those academy players and one of the youngest players, how much can he prove within that first season?
I'm going to go for a bit of a half buy. Foundation is still laid for this team to continue to be at the top of Pacific. It's just, does it all come together in time for kickoff?
Speaking of young talent, we have another team who made some very big changes, bringing up 2 players that used to be on their academy roster.
Justin, yo, bro.
Yeah, and I think that
how's your GAC doing? How are you doing in GAC?
Teams coming into the season. We've seen some glimpses from them back at Red Bull.
I want to play Valorant, bro.
There's a lot of potential there, so I'm curious to see how they look, how ready they're going to be coming out on stage for the kickoff of VCT Pacific.
I'm gonna save on this roster. I think what we can all agree are the 3 best players on Zeta coming in: Sugar, Zero, Depp, and Laz. I mean, that is a very solid foundation to build around. So you've got like these superstars coming onto this team. It's just, is the coaching staff going to be able to get them prepared and in time, especially for this kickoff? I think it's a tough task, and that's bringing in Carlau from Brazil. This guy working with Furia for a long time, having pretty good success over there, a strong FPS region, now bringing his talents over to Japan. This is something that I think Zeta really hit the nail on the head with.
And I think all of this, breathing a lot of fresh air, having these rookies who, at least during the offseason, showed some confidence to make their own plays.
Wait, no way, this scrimm's only 20 minutes.
I think I'm going to buy into this team.
Some things still need to be done for them to be able to go beyond, because we saw them get over to champions, and then we saw the struggles. Much like another team that has been making some overarching changes, which is T1.
I'm going full buy. I am going full buy on T1. Just right off the rip, no holding back. They bring in Rossi, so he brings this really positive mental attitude, but he fits in nicely. He's playing off his teammates really, really well. Yeah, and also Izu playing so well in Japan previously, in Challengers Japan, just absolutely dominating that region for a long time.
We're gonna watch scrims, bro. This is what we're gonna do. Until we fucking... It's an old Ascent video. Yeah, that's from fucking like 2 weeks ago. This is last week's? Fuck, I watched last week's scrims. Join court? I'm joining. Guys, dude, I am so bored. What's up, Justin?
So how are you gonna tell me to join court and not join past?
I didn't know if you were gonna join or not. You never respond, bro.
I'm gonna get it. I'm not gonna take it.
How you doing in your GAC, though?
I had to hear that.
Hey, you heard it, you didn't respond, dude.
I won my first one.
Oh, yeah? How about your second one?
I couldn't beat the back wall.
Okay. You think you'll beat it, though, or you think he'll clear you?
I didn't even see his thing. He might clear me, though.
I should win. I cleared him, but he might clear me. He didn't have like any of his like really high relics on defense. He used them all for offense, so we'll see. I undersized them. Like I undersized some playable though.
He dummy clears me.
Yeah.
He is on JMLS. C. SLKR.
Okay.
He has gas. Probably not.
Oh yeah, you get fucking.
Yeah, you know Wampa solo gas. Don't even put him on defense.
Yeah, Wampa solos gas.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, me neither.
How'd you find out?
Sick hard all week, bro.
Yeah, I hear it, bro. Bro got the vid, bro. Bro went outside one day and he got sick, dude. That's so nasty.
Now sick when I went out, yeah.
Yeah? Oh, you got everyone else sick, huh? It's even worse.
Yeah. So I get everybody else sick or I sell.
Try to sell you, fuck.
Oh no. I would have gone dick road. Been like, yo, you sold because you got sick. I hear the end of it.
Exactly, bro. As you should, bro. What you getting sick for?
Yeah, they called me for my results earlier.
Or what?
Because I went to the clinic.
Oh, to see if you got the vid or what?
Yeah, it wasn't the vid, but they said the flu results would take a couple days or a day.
They say, yeah, you don't got the vid, but you sick as fuck, boy.
I accidentally took I took NyQuil instead of like the day one.
I was you knocked out. He was knocked the fuck out, huh?
I was knocked out, so I gotta wait till like tomorrow to call them.
Okay, I get you. Dude, why the fuck is the quality so shit? Oh shit, remove this. The fuck?
I'm like wondering what I've been doing all week. I've been forgetting. I've been sleeping every 4 hours.
Why?
Like the medicine, it just knocks me out.
Why do you take medicine every 4 hours though?
Because I need one for my throat. Need one for the fever.
Hey, yo. Hey, fucking yo, dude. What do you mean?
Don't go.
That's nasty work.
Yeah, the game still ain't start.
There's technical difficulties or some shit. It's pretty fucking stupid if you ask me, but you know how it be, bruh.
Yeah, I watched the end of NRG. Yo, I didn't know NRG was stacked like that.
Oh, it's
no, I watched the whole game.
It's a super team, bro.
I'm like, damn, they got Marv, they got
everyone, bro. They got Marv, Demon One, Ethan.
I think the sum is going to be greater than the parts this time around. Demon One, Don is better than
yeah, he's a higher peak, I think. Yeah, honestly doesn't have the greatest peak. I think the year he was good though. It was like everyone else was not that as good.
Ready to go.
To be honest, I feel like people were kind of just shit when he was.
About a team entirely.
This is Chamber. He's a nasty
That's what it was. He just knew how to abuse Chamber. Him and Cryo, but Cryo played well. Like post Chamber, he's played very well. So. Well, let's see. He's playing today. Apparently, he's not a duelist anymore. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think this team's gonna be better than they were last year a little bit.
Yeah,
I think for them to go like half save with them. I really think that like
actually
for example, May in particular, a very, very strong.
I gotta clean my mouse pad, bro.
But I think there's more overall potential on
Gotta
this
wash
team
it.
than there was.
You mean clean your mouse pad or nah?
I'm just again.
You clean your mouse pad or nah?
With everybody coming together like this.
Bro, honestly, I did at first, and then I just get lazy.
Nah, that's nasty work, Shastin. That's nasty. Honestly, yeah. It's actually worth to just get a new one, bro. Honestly.
Can you find that chemistry?
We don't know for
Better mouse pad.
But if they can do that, if they can get those pieces into place, I really
mat?
like the potential of this round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got those too.
One of the other teams that was
constantly
Yeah, like your mouse and like the mouse mat where your keyboard and your mouse goes on.
About Gen G.
Yeah, I have those two. I have those two.
Everybody globally is excited to see once again.
I don't have
Tier
like
1
a mouse
is
pad.
Lakia.
Everyone
That's for the
still
mouse
talks
itself,
about that
though.
Yeah,
clutch
me
he had
too.
in the set, right? The Lakia zone, the Lakia moment, and then of course
I actually really like that.
as well. To join another
Like the mat
I
itself.
just prefer the Mac because I feel like if I have the mouse pad, I feel like Mac conflicted, you know.
Yes and no. They have like the mouse pads, but they have like the bigger sizes as well. They have like the regular, then they have like the XL and shit like that.
Personally, I'm going with like a full buy on this team.
I'm
I'm
telling
really
you,
excited
bro,
that
the
they can
face
learn
of
from what happened
Fallon is
last year.
definitely
One of the ones
tired.
we haven't really talked
Why?
about yet is Munchkin, who is also on this roster, has had
watching his
experience
stream, I was like,
IGLing in the
damn,
past, but he's also there
The
alongside
Sark always
Blondie.
pulls during the watch
Have
parties.
Really good side calling potential between those two to come up with good adaptive
Then I
ideas.
went to sleep right after the game, and I was like, alright, now we're going to focus about the next game.
Also fitting in very
Oh,
well.
God.
You know, he looked a little quiet for
It's like
the first couple rounds,
10:30 and the
then he
game's still
started
going.
just
I'm like,
firing all
damn.
cylinders. Say, this is why I was picked up.
So last but not
Ken's
least,
just tweeted, when is match gonna start? Kylie said I got bedtime soon.
Bleed.
Straight up, the biggest thing about Bleed right now that everyone's been talking
Hey,
about
shameless.
ever since it was announced is the probably largest signing of the offseason.
Did he get a
Ye
match tomorrow?
has joined Bleed.
Yeah, he does. That's why Kylie said he got bedtime soon.
In the world. I just hope that this project ends up working out for them and that we can
I
see
heard
the return of
DRX
El Diablo.
changed, bro.
But I will
Who they
I
boo?
buy into this team.
Of course they changed. They got rid of Stacks and not Stacks. What am I saying? I'm yapping. They got rid of RB and Zust.
His IGLing was very solid. Then you're adding
Damn, they're like the best players.
right? Ye
Yeah,
and
bro.
Eagles.
Everyone says that, bro. Zest was very consistent, but he wasn't their best player. And RB was just their glue guy. RB was like played everything.
Where does Bleed take off
Damn, they are
compared to their
mid for
previous
real.
performance?
Actually,
Like, shit.
no, we're not DR shit. I mean, Foxy 9's full time now,
Behind this team.
and we got this
Maybe it's
kid
a bit of a
flashback
but
from the
I'm gonna
academy.
go
Apparently he's
out.
really
I'm gonna
good.
go
He's
for a buy on this.
apparently he's the best aimer on the
Now
team.
can play another long-range weapon. Now
What
with
are they
two
gonna say?
chances.
So-
Ye now has two shots to
Damn,
take
but
down
RB
people
and
immediately back to
Zest?
back.
I was
I mean,
like,
these
that
all
was
are
his best
things while
player.
not
Oh, it was. He's definitely Buzz.
point
And
so
Mako.
far,
Mako is literally like a top 3
Now that we've
controller in the
established
world.
There's a lot of different variables. Let's do some predictions. Our group A
And Buzz
team
is literally
for
the
Global
Korean jet,
Esports
bro. What are we on about?
Zeta
What are
and
we
Bleed.
on about, bro?
T1 at least in first place.
I really like T1. I really like the stability of that team. I really like what I've seen from them so far. I like the confidence that they're bringing. I definitely expect them to be the team that comes out on top.
We can get into that one pretty quickly because honestly, I happen to agree
Flashback. What
with
is
you both.
Flashback even
I
play,
think
bro? I really don't know what he
this is
plays.
where
I only
the
saw him playing like
spiciest
Viper and
element comes
shit.
in,
Yeah,
which is
he's
who is gonna be that second
he's
place
played
team
Viper,
going through the play.
Killjoy,
I'm
Cypher,
maybe leaning
and
on the young blood coming
Chamber.
into this one. I think I'm gonna go with Bleed.
Yeah,
They're
that makes
going
sense. They'll
to
play Viper and
deliver
double
on it.
controllers. They'll play
Needs to be
Sentinel
right up
on
front.
every
My
map.
gut is telling me Zeta
Foxy
right now.
9
I
is playing
hope that
Initiator now.
those lessons that they learned at the end of last year are
Or he's playing
instantly
Flex
put into
because
place at the beginning
because
of
Stacks
this
is the main initiator. Or Stacks is info. Foxy 9 is on Flash.
Really a 50-50 between Zeta
Buzz
and
should
Bleed,
be
but
duelist and
I
then Mach
think
controller. There we go.
they
Easy.
have, they're a bit more hungry.
And then,
to
you know
do
RB's
this
in China?
all, you know, across all 5 players.
Next up is Group B.
heard?
DRX, Team Secret,
Yeah.
DFS.
Yeah, he plays for a
Talent.
Chinese team now.
It's going to be interesting. Teams with a lot of changes.
Shanghai.
I think that I will.
Nah, he plays for Titan
But
Esports
I
Club.
think Team Secret definitely goes up in
They have like
first here in
500
this season.
followers
Now, whether they're able to
on,
go all the way to the finals
on
is a
Twitter.
whole
It's pretty
different
funny.
story, right? The not too many
Like
changes.
mad random.
that's
They
what
only
I
follow
think is
5
carrying
people.
them
They
over
follow
into first
Valorant
place.
China,
For whatever reason, I'm just feeling
DRX,
in my gut DRX.
Okay, so we're a little
Wolves
split on the
Esports,
first place, but
some like
going to
random
second
reporter,
place, we just have
and
seen so
then
little,
RB.
And the little we saw from both DFM and Talon weren't that promising just yet. I think DRX is still stable enough to go up in second place.
Just fucking moan in my
Should we
ear,
just
bro.
say our second
Oh
place
fuck.
on the count of 3. Together.
Do it. Just at the same
All right,
time?
yeah.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Team
DFM.
Secret.
DFM. Okay.
I saw the guy from Hot
For some
Ones,
reason,
like
I
the
just
wings guy,
really
broke up
like
with
this
his
DFM
girlfriend.
team. Maybe I'm just such a
Oh,
May
the
fanboy
porn
that
star,
I
yeah.
believe this
Yeah,
team could, like, carry
that's
them
some
over the
mad
line here.
Curry. This is funny as
Too much
fuck.
talent on this team.
Because
If
you
they
saw what
can
Adam
just
22 said,
kind
right?
of, you know, really
Yeah,
buckle
yeah.
down, get it together. This team really has a ton.
Literally like
Yeah,
less than
fucking
24 hours
mad.
later.
Biggest concern again for
And here they
Team
see that
Secret's
pussy
going to
mad
be
good. That's crazy. Honestly, I'm not gonna. That's my 13th reason why, bro.
play multiple matches back to back to back.
I dare someone to say that shit to me, bro.
Concerning me, but if
I might
that
kill
is
myself.
something that they have
No
tackled,
cow, I might kill
then I
myself.
don't think I have any cause for concern.
The last group, it's going to be the.
They said that shit about your sister, bro. That's actually like like, that's it, bro. I'm killing myself.
And then it is Gen G and our
across 2023, they should, and I think they have to be your first place prediction going out.
Like,
I
hello?
just have too much faith in Coach Alex. I mean, I think he's so good.
The match was supposed to start an hour ago.
Kind of believe into themselves and their own system. They're just too good, man, top to bottom.
Once again, put all of the hope you might have left in our
update chat.
But we talked about theoretically why they should look better.
What the fuck?
And this is where I think it.
In order for me to chat, I need to follow for a month.
G remaining. We have the two inseparables of RRQ and Gen G remaining.
It's kind of crazy, you know?
Or am I just? Decision, so I'm gonna make you go.
That's right.
Okay. And just like it happened in the earlier groups, I think this is one where, yeah, Gen G has a lot of potential, but all 5 players on Paper X have the X factor. Not only
I don't give a shit about game changers or challengers. We China? Fuck Ascension. There we go.
Maybe 1v5s. So that's where I'm going to give them the edge and say Paper X still goes into, you know, the potential play-ins and potential playoffs here for Kickoff.
I really think that this is the time for Texture. I think this is his moment where this is either it. Like, he's got to get it done this year, or he's just not actually that guy. He's not that duelist.
He said you're not that guy, pal. Trust me.
You know,
let's see. VCT Pacific. How many Instagram followers do they have? 22K? Not bad. Not bad.
I'm going to lean to RRQ.
They follow 7 people.
I think that they have way
I don't know who
more
that
solid
is.
of a foundation to build off of.
Achilleos. Okay. Will.
Moves. I think Gen G
Cobra.
very
Okay.
much
I know
done the
that
same
guy.
exact thing, but I'm still going to go
That's it, really. They just follow Valorant.
teams to go to our first international Masters Madrid in 2024.
I'm going with RRQ and T1.
It just gives me to the Red Bull main page.
I think
Got
RRQ
it.
and T1 have made sweeping improvements, and they're gonna go to an international tournament.
Fuck is
to
it,
prove that
Omen?
Pacific can be one of the best regions.
Oh fuck is this, dude? Translate English.
Paper X.
There you go.
I agree with you on T1. Paper X.
Is it a computer? No. What is it? Yeah, I think it's a computer. Laptop, desktop, display, accessories. Omen Gaming PC, Japan.
For me, I'm
on the rabbit hole,
also going to go with
Justin.
T1. I think that T1
Omen's like
they just looked so very good. I think that they have a really solid
Like
foundation, and I'm expecting that they
gaming
will
brand,
make it
from the
over
looks
to
of it.
another international event. The team alongside them, though,
Zowie.
I will go against
I'm aware of
both
Zowie.
because I am.
He's just he can't get away from it.
I'm going to go with Team C. No, it's DRX. I'm going to go with DRX. I think that I just believe. I just have the faith. So there we have
How much
it.
does the monitor cost? This is a new one. Which one is the 540 hertz? This one. They're not even in stock. Are we ready or what, bro? Oh, we're still not ready. I gotta be looking at the fucking monitors. You said what?
Probably did Kyson not dirty.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they cooked them, bro, for getting 5 points. That's so fucked. You saw what Ruby Rose posted?
Wait, after or before?
Oh, before. What she post after?
Nah, I wasn't sure. I thought you knew.
I don't know. Now I gotta check if she posted something. God damn it, Justin.
It's about damn time.
What is it, though, Ruby Rose?
The first week the guys came in, they weren't being too serious with everything. It's like seeing who's sitting next to who.
The second week is when we really started practice. This year we have a lot of creative minds. People enjoy thinking about the game a lot in the team this year.
Bro, Jalen Brown hosted an after party with Ruby Rose, Chief Keef, and Justin LeBoy. It's so random, bro.
Flexible players, so they can adapt very easily. Because I think it's
Hey, where'd she post it, on
people
Twitter?
who adapt the quickest are the ones that will win.
We encourage the guys to actually rest on that rest day, do what they need to do to feel recovered for their next
Or like, dude, come on, man.
When I was younger, I was always thinking about stuff like sitting down at like a stall in front of like the people cooking and stuff and just eating there.
There's literally ice on it, guys.
Did Kai say anything though?
Outside of practice.
He said, sorry if I let y'all down. That's a funny ass photo. I thought he was Kobe, man. That's so nasty.
2 showers less. Hours less. This one, I just with this one.
I was playing, I had you for sure.
Who has the better aim? It's better.
Confirm, bro. This one. 10,000%.
If you want.
Oh.
I already have a R2 at gear 12, Justin.
Yeah, easy.
Wait, who?
R2D2.
Are you going for GMLS?
Yeah. I already have like a lot of the characters. That only makes sense.
It should be like this.
I'm able to upgrade my CLS team max to the max, so that's good for me. And my JKLS just keeps getting broken and broken. He's already at really 5. I have him. I want to get Chupio up. Bro, fucking Karatex are so annoying, no?
Word, bro.
Like, why does it only drop 1, bro? Like, what is the drop rate of Karatex?
How many resets do you be doing? Or how many?
Of what?
Like how many sins?
Karatex? I don't do any. I only do like if I have extra on the day. I do all my tunes, and then at the end, like throughout the day, that's when I do Karatex. I don't really know how many I do. Why? How many do you do? Did I send Mon Mothma today? I did not. Fuck. Fucking stupid, man.
I do like all the resets up to 100.
Like you do 100 as well?
No. Up to
Yeah, I do like the 50, 50, 50, but I get a lot of tunes. Like, I'm farming Cara Dune, IG11, and I'm doing first order because I need first order to get BB8, and I need BB8 to get JTR.
Damn, that's annoying. You should have done fucking bundle, bro.
Nah, bro. Not worth. It literally like takes the whole grind away.
There's still a lot of grind.
I guess. And like you, bro, you spend like 300. You don't even know what you're grinding anymore. You're just vibing.
So man, I'm about to get Executive next one.
Yeah. But then you was a fucking.
Red Bull gives you win.
You were doing what's it called? I forgot. What's that shit called? You were going Inquisitors, bro. You're like, I'm getting Inquisitors. Then you just gave up on Inquisitors.
Oh my, I was thinking going real good. Fuck that.
Exactly. Hey, bro, you don't even have Mara Jade. You don't have her Omnicron or her Zeta. Wait, why haven't you Omnicron or Mara Jade? Yo, stop being stingy. I know you have extra Omicrons.
No, I don't. I put it on Treya, Salad, plus,
Oh, do something that helps the guild, bro. Damn.
You, bro.
I do.
What you put your Omicron on?
I have it on Poggle.
That's why I'm doing him next.
You don't even have it on Poggle yet? How do you not have it on Poggle?
Oh my god, that was insane. Strike the corner. We'll get yet another ace this weekend. Our inaugural VCT Pacific.
Oh, you have Veers on
Hello,
Zeta?
VCT fans. I'm extremely excited to introduce Valorant Champions Tour Pacific
Yeah, FP at Relic 8. You might as well use them, right?
Last year's VCT Pacific run was amazing.
Oh, but you only have Veers at Gear 12 and P at Relic 8. Everyone else is shit.
This year, there are big and exciting changes coming up. Here are the updates and everything you need to know about VCT Pacific 2024. VCT Pacific will now have 11 teams competing across the region with Bleed
Bro, we already saw this, bro. Can we get the fucking game going? Like, what are we doing?
We cannot wait to see them on the stage. Now let's talk about the tournament schedules. This year's journey begins on February 17th in Seoul.
Dude, I started that shit smell like ass.
3 stages: Kickoff, Stage 1, and Stage 2. 2 Masters events are held in between each stage.
Yo, what division? You're in bronze, right? Bronzium?
Global competition for 2024.
Yeah.
What is it, like two teams per?
Into 3 phases. The
Yeah,
first phase
and
is a
then the
GSL
back one,
format
like
where
3.
teams are separated
cool.
into 3 groups, and the team to come out in
What is
first
it
in each
for?
group goes straight
I
to
don't
the
know.
playoffs.
I was gonna say, you have a lot of
3
fucking
teams who
players.
finish
Like, surely
second
you
will play
use
in a
these guys,
single
right?
round robin where the winner joins the
Like,
playoffs.
do you
as a
use your
single
Mara Jade at
elimination
all?
format.
Like, where's your PAL?
After the intense battle during
PAL,
VCT
yeah, you have
Pacific
PAL
Kickoff,
Relic.
the top 2
Oh, you only have
teams
2
will advance
Zetas
to
on Vader?
Valorant
Oh, you put
Masters Madrid.
his leader.
Now let's look at VCT Pacific Stage 1. Each team will be split into 2 groups of 5 alpha teams and 6
TIE Fighter
Omega
probably
teams.
Relic 1, bro.
Alpha teams will
Fucking
fight
Relic
against
him
the
up,
Omega
bro. Why are you
teams in
being
a single
stingy?
round robin. The top 3 teams who emerge from each group advance to the playoffs and will play in a double elimination bracket. Here, the top 3 teams
I know, that's what I'm saying. Why you being stingy? Stop being broke.
Shanghai.
Damn, Justin, 14th now? Nah, you dropped off, huh?
Same format as Stage 1, but this time the Alpha teams will compete against each other in their own group. Same goes for the Omega teams. The top 6 teams with the best performance over the course of Stage 1 and Stage 2 will make it through to the
just cringe, huh? You just wait till the last second.
The top 3 teams in playoffs and the 1 team with the highest championship points will earn their ticket to Valorant
Hux is your fastest guy. I'm gonna check. Your non-GL.
Championship points are a fresh addition to the VCT
oh yeah, Hux is fast from
ecosystem in
what I've seen,
2024. Teams will earn
311, but you have
championship points
150
to
on
qualify
Hux.
for Valorant
Never
champions at the
mind.
end
That
of the
guy's
year.
fast as fuck regardless.
Teams earn 1 point whenever they win a match during Stage 1 and Stage 2.
Wait, how do you have Hoda like 3 already?
Win
What the
Kickoff for
fuck?
Stage 1. Teams
Wait, this is
will
in your
also
team?
earn 3 points whenever
Wait,
they
whose
win a
team is
Masters
this?
event. The goal, ultimately, is to reward teams who have
Oh,
been
this
the
is
most
JP's.
consistent throughout the year. Only
Hey, let
the
me
best
check
of the best
JP's.
will come out on
What's
top.
his
The
JKLS
tide is
at?
rising and teams will collide
Ah, he only
and
got him
define
like
their
1.
destiny
He got
in
double
Valorant
8 on him.
Champions
I got
Tour
no
Pacific
Zetas.
2024.
He
See you
booty.
all in Seoul, South Korea.
Let me see your fastest guy. Your fastest non-GL. Probably gonna be Hux. Oh no, it's first order officer. What the fuck? 289. Okay, that's pretty fast. RJ, that's probably like 5. That doesn't count. 288. But you have 127 on mods. I think the most I have on mods is like
it's
90.
Not too bad, but very sad.
You have some really good mods.
It
Though.
was not good because we didn't qualify to single
My
master.
fastest guy is
Not good
Hoda.
enough. My performance
He has
was
75
wasn't great.
though.
Quite tough
CLS
here
has
at
81.
first, but with more
Lost
time, we
has
can
75 as
become
well.
like dark horse to everyone.
3PO has
From the outside
83.
perspective, we were quite underrated. So in that sense, we maybe
Anakin has
performed better than some
91.
people expected. But from our like in-house expectation, we definitely didn't reach where we wanted to. We felt like we needed to make improvement.
We built a new roster now with the confidence. With
Oh yeah,
this
he has
roster,
some
so
really good mods though. He has
just
a
need to practice.
16 speed mod and a 14 speed mod. And a 6. He has 2
The first
16s
thing
and a
on my
4.
list was
Damn, he got
we
some.
need a
He got some
consistent
mods on him. Wow.
entry fragging. That's something that we lacked, and I've spoken about it openly. So the first name on my list was Maxim, aka Jemkin.
It feels good to move to
Yo,
Korea.
that Trey
It
team
was
going
hard
no.
to make visa, but I'm
The
glad
Trey
that
team
I'm
what?
here right now.
That Trey
This
team
guy is
crazy.
insane. Every
What
time
Trey
on
team?
attack, I just do something and then he just entry and then
Don't
he just
have.
kill 4 and then
Ah.
kill 3.
Sometimes you see a duelist like after he get 3 kills or 2 kills, they just gonna rush go more to find some kills, right? But Yamkin, he never overhit. He's very disciplined. Like after he got 3,
Yeah, I'm so
he
cooked,
wait
bro.
for his teammate and then
With
maybe we decide what's next.
I ain't
I
been home
think
in
more
all week.
power to the team.
Yeah.
I'm very talkative.
It's
I speak
chalked,
a lot
bro.
to
This
the
guy's gonna be
team, so
fucking
I
standing
can
at
help
his
my
desk
teammates,
Sunday
so,
night.
The other thing is that
Just
we're
fucking
looking
crying.
for a flash initiator player that can actually frag and can potentially help IGL.
RRQ 팀의 에스트레아라고 하고요. 저는 이
Damn,
팀에서
Estrella has so many tats.
세컨드
God damn, that guy's
플레이하고
yatted.
Mechanically is like very talented in aim. Second calling also is like very good decision making when to call this, when to dog, use util. Overall is like best initiator player in Apex. 제가 생각했을 땐 제가 약간 못 한다고 생각을 안 하거든요. 곧 데뷔 시작하니까 보여드리면 되지 않나.
One of our first trials we did was Jemkin and Estrella together. I don't think I've seen a team play for have
I
that
thought
level
Jemkin
of
was
chemistry
Russian. He
for
does
the
not
first
look like
time
he's
playing
Russian.
together. So that made me really excited. I feel like I can
Some
work on
player.
top of
He
that
just
and
got
then make it
signed
like
to a tier 1
champions
team.
qualifying team.
He's making his debut, and I thought he was Russian.
저를 사인했기 때문 아닐까요? 두고 보면 알겠죠.
Could be wrong.
I'm
Let me
always
check.
excited. I want to play against something. because he's
Jemkin,
also
Max-
Russian
yeah, he
guy.
is
I
Russian.
already
Max-
played against him in Japan.
Maxim
I think it will be a good
Batorov.
match to play against him.
We found
He looks like
what
he
we
has like
wanted, what we
Asian
needed.
in him.
I hope we qualify for everything. Yeah.
We are still like the underdog in Pacific.
Who knows, man?
But 2024 is for us to make it to
I only
all
work
of
here.
the Masters and Champions.
Now we're becoming young adults. We're not perfect. We're not complete at all. We're trying to prove that we belong and amongst the adults of the league. And I think we could surprise some punching above our age class.
This year gonna be our year.
ろんなことが始まって大会だったりイベントだったり。
最初は強そうなキャラクターかもしれないですけど。
Yeah. Is he a GL or I saw he's coming in the game, but as what?
めちゃくちゃ辛いことも
I think he's
Hey.
He said legend, so I'm guessing a journey character. I don't know.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah, but it could be like a galactic legend.
まあオフシーズンで多少ゆっくり
Or
は
you
できた
said
し、
legends.
メンバーも変わって
Galactic
新しく
legend,
レースに
Justin.
スタートができて、まあ来年が楽しみだ
It
な。
could just be a journey as well, though. It would be cool if he's a journey, but who knows?
今まで1回ぐらいしかなかったので。
I'm gonna get him though. Apparently, Galactic Republic's gonna be like the big meta this year.
本当にそんな感じですね。
まあチームとしてすごい
Like Galactic, they're doing a lot of prequels. The Galactic Republic and Separatists are getting like a lot of love.
逆に多少リスクではあるのは間違いない。
That's actually perfect though, because I'm actually missing someone for my Galactic Republic team.
これでチームがもっと上手くなってもっと強くなる可能性がある
It's gonna be like Relic 5 Padme, Relic 5 GK. Oh no, you know what it's gonna be? A Relic 5 Padme. It's gonna be like a Relic 5 Padawan Kenobi. Like a Relic 3 Qui-Gon. C3PO.
ゼータディビジョンのヒロロンです。
R2.
イニシエーター、フレックス。
And what else, bro? You think they would do like Jedi and Anakin? Or nah? What do you think? That's what I think at least. That's my thought process. It's definitely gonna be Padme. Padme, Qui-Gon, and Kenobi. Like that's a lock. Especially like the Padme, not the Padme, the Padawan Kenobi that they're coming out with.
I was thinking of using my next
Your next refund check on another Lightspeed one though? Yeah, I know. Listen, you saying hell no, bro. If another Lightspeed bundle comes out, you're definitely buying it, bro.
We're gonna do. He's the one that okay. I'm gonna do it.
My next Omicron
Bro, you don't do shit for the guild. You're so selfish.
前よりは多分プレイヤーも2人変わってるんでめちゃくちゃ変わると思うんですけど。
新しい2人はね。
Man, the guild don't give me good job.
引っ張られるように。
What?
元いた3人も。
The guild don't give me job.
いろんなこと今試し中なので前とは違ったゼータが見れるんじゃないかな。
Yeah, but they give you the raid rewards, bro. You don't even be doing anything in the raid either.
I was too sick to do the raid.
Oh, you didn't do it at all?
I did not. I did like just 2 battles just to get 800k.
That's good. Dude, I missed that on 1.6 mil.
My first goal is to us be a really
Yeah, I mean I auto it, so I don't really care. You said what?
I could have easily got 1.6 if I was like actually playing.
I don't know how I don't get 1.6. I have JKLS. That's what I'm saying. I autoed it. The last time I did it, I didn't have JKLS and I got 1.6. I guess I got some crazy RNG last time. I don't really care enough to like actually learn. I might watch a video though. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pee, bro. Hopefully the game starts by the time I'm back.
初めてなので緊張しないように弱気にならないように頑張ります。
最終的には本当に強いチームになれると信じてます。
There's gonna be a new Zeta. That's it. It's a new Zeta.
Well, thank you very much for joining me here for another night market. And we have a lot to talk about. We've got VCT 2024 Pacific about to kick off. So let's go ahead and talk right off the top with PaperX. Are you going to be full buying, fully investing into this team? Are you looking to save and wait and see how they look?
What we saw in the offseason looked pretty good. They're just trying new things. So I'm not quite at the operator level full buy, but I'm almost there.
Well, I am all in on PaperX. Full buy, 5 operators. Let's go with the whole...
Scatter my economy.
There you go. This team has proven time and time again that they will adapt, right, to whatever is thrown at them, especially the core 4 that is remaining. Obviously, something just 1 year, but he's adapted quite quickly. I mean, he was thrown right onto the stage of Pacific 2023, and he adjusted very well to become the MVP of the very inaugural season. When the dust settles, this team is going to continue to come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm going to be, of course, right there with a full buy as well, because I think you'd have to be a lunatic to not back this squad. Monyet coming in, even though he didn't have the greatest display over at the AVL, they have now had way more time to further integrate him into the roster even more fully. So I think that this is still going to be a very scary team that you cannot underestimate. Well, we started off with the team that won Pacific. Let's go for the second place team this time around. It's DRX. A lot of changes.
Very, very big changes. This team, we thought they were going to stick with the whole core 5, the entire team, and they finally made these big changes that a lot of people were hoping would happen, but maybe not this specific variation.
It's pretty surprising to see them go with another young gun here with Flashback. He looks really good at times, so maybe with this tremendous amount of time they've had during the offseason, they can put it together.
But it's got to be daunting for someone like Flashback, right? You didn't get to really work with a team over a whole year through this entire grueling system to get used to playing against different opponents. So I have to wonder, as one of those academy players and one of the youngest players, how much can he prove within that first season?
I'm going to go for a bit of a half buy. Foundation is still laid for this team to continue to be at the top of Pacific. It's just, does it all come together in time for kickoff?
Speaking of young talent, we have another team who made some very big changes, bringing up 2 players that used to be on their academy roster in Zeta Division from Japan.
Yeah, and I think that this is one of the most anticipated teams coming into the season. We've seen some glimpses from them back at Red Bull Homeground. It seemed like there was a lot of potential there, so I'm curious to see how they look, how ready they're going to be coming out on stage for the kickoff of VCT Pacific.
I'm gonna save on this roster. I think what we can all agree are the 3 best players on Zeta coming in, Sugar Zero, Depp, and Laz. I mean, that is a very solid foundation to build around. So you've got like these superstars coming onto this team. It's just, is the coaching staff going to be able to get them prepared and in time, especially for this kickoff? I think it's a tough task. And that's bringing in Carlau from Brazil. This guy working with Furia for a long time, having pretty good success over there, a strong FPS region, now bringing his talents over to Japan. This is something that I think Zeta really hit the nail on the head with.
And I think all of this, breathing a lot of fresh air, having these rookies who, at least during the offseason, showed some confidence to make their own plays, had some really crispy aim in certain rounds, I think I'm going to buy into this team.
Something still needs to be done for them to be able to go beyond, because we saw them get over to champions, and then we saw the struggles.
You don't want him in like that.
Has been making some overarching changes, which is T1.
I'm going full buy. I'm going full buy with T1. Just right off the rip. No holding back. They bring in Rossi, so he brings this really positive mental attitude, but he fits in nicely. He's playing off his teammates really, really well. Yeah, and also Izu playing so well in Japan previously, in Challengers Japan, just absolutely dominating that region for a long time, and now coming up here, getting a chance, looking good already in the Tier 1 scene.
I see him with Excurit, the drive and the hunger to prove something, and of course his operator skills, we see can really match anyone around the world, especially in Pacific. However, that only gets you so far. You have to have a better macro strategy, a better understanding of the entire map. I think they've proven they're very good at that.
Let's talk about somebody else who was dominant in the Japanese scene last year. Jemkin, now joining RRQ. This team,
no hesitation.
That gets him. I think that I'm with you.
Bring in someone like Jemkin, who's proven that he absolutely has that factor to really overcome the odds and carry a team into victory when they need it most.
I mean, Jemkin in particular, there was no fear. When I went and talked to him, I'm like, man, you're coming in, you're playing in the T1, you know, now you're coming up to the bigger stage. He's like, yeah, okay.
Bro, like, surely not, bro.
Another thing we should mention is it's not just Jemkin. Astrea's coming in. He can actually call for a team, actually lead a team in communication.
Have they tweeted anything? Let's see.
Structure that you need to make sure that you're on track. Also, barely
tweeted 17 minutes ago. We'd like to apologize for the delays. We're currently experiencing technical difficulties. Our team is hard at work to resolve the issue as soon as possible.
I'm right there with you. It's one of those things where I wasn't expecting this, but then when I saw it, it started to kind of come together in my head.
I'm gonna half buy on this team. I just don't know how it's all gonna fit together. I'm a little worried. The group that they're in and with the way that things are gonna shake out, that maybe they're gonna.
Oh my God, is this real, bro? I'm like so bored.
Big changes. But there's been a couple of teams that basically revamped their entire roster, and one of them is going to be Talon Esports.
So many other faces that I would never have been able to guess. I mean, we have Governor coming in. We've got Lenny coming over from Team Secret. You've got Ban joining.
Look at the replies, bro. What the fuck?
It's just been a wild ride for Talon.
But the rest of it are big question marks. I mean, yeah, Ban at times looked really good last year. He started out pretty slow, but as the year went on for T1, got much better. You know, is he going to be able to replicate that success? The new coach with Frost, there's so many changes here.
For Governor, now you have to gel with more new players in a new region.
Honestly, it's actually really bad.
Maybe the most surprising thing here is the guy touched on earlier, Lenny, right? He only had one game last year in VCT.
Yeah. I'm like, how the fuck did they do that?
I think it does speak to the level of confidence confidence that he's going to be entering this season with. So I'm hoping that this is that redemption story. And not only am I just a stronger player, but I can also guide others to victory. There's so many unknown quantities still with talent coming into the season that I think for me, I have to save. I have to see how this team ends up looking after kickoff.
I want to pivot to another team that's made changes. We have quite a few here. I want to go with GE. This year, I guess I'm on a half buy where I feel like there's some potential there, but can they really bring this all together in time for this year, especially for kickoff?
Okay, you're bringing in these veterans who were kind of the brains of the teams that they used to be on, right? We have Blaze King.
The kid was mad he couldn't get what they wanted, bro. Yeah, they dick riding.
Offer a lot in terms of how the team works. And then you have Benkai, of course, Russ, we mentioned, he's IGL'd tons of times in the past over in EMEA. And then all of this is surrounding Polvi, who was a tier 2 rising star back in EMEA. And I think at Convergence, we saw, okay, why some fans in EMEA said this is a pickup worth rooting for.
I'm right there with you. I think that this is a squad that could have a couple of upsets, could be very stable.
I heard that as well, but Cindy Sweeney's in it, so I don't give a fuck.
The standings, that's yet to be seen.
Now we should also mention
thinks we care. That shit can be ass, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Chances in 2023 to show what he had. However, despite not having too much repetition and iteration on the stage, I liked the potential that he showed in 2023.
I have a lot of faith in Big Time and Spin as the coaches to try to get these guys into place. I really like the way they talk about the game, the way they think about the game. They've got some veteran talent. They've got some players who've been there, done that.
Let's go into one that made very minimal changes. Team Secret.
We just needed, some fresh firepower, a little bit more fresh perspective, and it's going to be.
What did they change? They got NDG. Yeah, that's the new kid.
6-man on Now Esports, but didn't get to see him at Ascension. But I will say the couple matches and couple maps they played at Predator League, he looked very good, and he had some great moments to prove that he's got what it takes.
When Envy is your top player with firepower, and he's not your duelist, like, how is that going to work out?
Not changing the core too much, keeping pretty much everybody together. Other than dubstep, I don't expect that the results.
MW0, bro, was like on an island today.
You're now solidifying.
It was looking like me whenever I play with you.
How about some of the craziest highlights that Team Secret had? It was Jeremy. I mean, the way he's able to get some of this spray control on multiple people, really lock down a site. I think this opens them up to actually have overall a bit more firepower, right? I think the sum is going to be greater than the parts this time around.
This is going to be a big test.
Like Brazil has nobody, but Latin America also really doesn't have much, actually. Bro, but Brazil has people, bro. Pancada could easily join this fucking team and be so good at it.
Now let's talk about a team.
I mean, Havoc is good. It was just his first game, so he played like shit. That guy played like ass. I'm not gonna lie.
DFM, Detonation Focus Me.
Excuse me, that guy was shit, man. That was really sad.
We want to rebuild into an entirely new 5 to try to get things going again.
I think this team's going to be better than they were last year a little bit. I think so. Therefore, I'm going to go like half save with them. I really think that, like, for example, May in particular, a very.
I actually thought C9 was going to lose. I'm not going to lie to you.
But I think there's more overall
I had
potential
no
on this team
faith
than
in
there was
C9.
last year, is the way I look at this. I'm just
Zero.
again not exactly sure how, with everybody coming together like this off of different squads, how is that all going to
Oxy
fit
went
together?
crazy, but Oxy, I don't know. Oxy
I
was
don't
like
say
on
that
some
to be a
shit.
jerk, but they didn't pick up a win.
It was like he looked like he was throwing at times. It was just working.
Going to be the 5-man core.
Can you make them come together? Can you find that chemistry?
Whoopi was insane on bind.
If they can
He actually went crazy.
get those pieces into place, I really like the potential of this round.
Whoopi solid. Whoopi solid. That's a good player right there.
Constantly hovering around the top of the standings in VCT. Let's talk about Gen G. I think one that everybody globally is excited to see once again in Tier 1 is Lakia.
Everyone still talks about that clutch he had on Ascent, right? The Lakia zone, the Lakia moment, and then of course a very strong initiator as well to join another Korean squad, come back to home soil and try to prove himself alongside other veterans. As we saw Gen G announce themselves, he really proved himself during the trials, right? When he tried out for the team, he really said, okay, I have the mechanical skill to fit with this team.
Personally, I'm going with like a full buy on this team. I'm really excited that they can learn from what happened last year.
One of the players that we haven't really talked about yet is Munchkin, who is also on this roster, has had experience IGLing in the past, but he's also there alongside Lakia, so you have really good side calling potential between between those two to come up with good adaptive ideas round over round to figure out how they're going to pick opponents apart.
And then Karon also fitting in very well. You know, he looked a little quiet for the first couple rounds, and then he started to just fire on all cylinders and say, this is why I was picked up.
So last but not least is our Ascension qualifying team, Bleed.
Straight up, the biggest thing about Bleed right now that everyone's
Bro, I've already they showed this entire fucking like video clip like at least like this is like their second time, maybe third time showing this shit already, where they go through every team and they like kind of like rate them in a way. This shit is so dead, bro.
We can see the return of El Diablo.
But I will say, I'm buying into this team. Sure, it's a different team from Ascension, but the core that's remaining, scary. And then you've got Crazy Guy, who I think his IGLing was very solid. And then you're adding in 2 players, right? Ye and Egos into this mix. I think it's a very solid start.
You know, these 2 players coming in, where does Bleed take off compared to their previous performance back at Ascension? But I see the potential and the strength behind this team. Maybe it's a bit of a punt, but I'm going to go out and I'm going to go for a buy on this.
We also have to mention the Outlaw now in play, another long-range weapon, now with 2 chances. Ye now has 2 shots to take down people immediately back-to-back. I mean, these all are things, while not proven yet, point to a buy for me for Bleed Esports.
All right, well, now that we've established that there is a lot of different variables, let's do some predictions. Our Group A teams are Global Esports, T1, Zeta, and Bleed.
I'm going to go with T1 at least in first place.
I really like T1. I really like the stability of that team. I really like what I've seen from them so far. I like the confidence that they're bringing. I definitely expect them to be the team that comes out on top.
We can get into that one pretty quickly because honestly, I happen to agree with you both. I think that, but this is where the spiciness kind of comes into it, which is who is going to be that second place team going through the play-ins. I'm gonna maybe lean on the young blood coming into this one. I think I'm gonna go with Bleed. They're going to deliver on it. It needs to be right up front.
My gut is telling me Zeta right now. I hope that those lessons that they learned at the end of last year are instantly put into place at the beginning of this year, and they're able to come through and get that second place spot.
And it's really a 50-50 between Zeta and Bleed, but I lean more towards Bleed as well. They're a bit more hungry to do this all, you know, across all 5 players.
Next up is Group B. DRX, Team Secret, DFM,
Yeah,
and
Black Panther
Talent.
came out 6 years ago today. Holy
It's gonna be
shit.
interesting. Teams with a lot of changes.
Or 6 years ago yesterday, rather, but holy shit.
But I think Team Secret definitely goes up in first here in this group. Now, whether they're able to go all the way to the finals is a whole different story, right? The not too many changes, that's what I think is going to carry them over into first place.
But for whatever reason, I'm just feeling in my gut DRX.
Okay, so we're a little split on the first place, but going into second place, we just have seen so little, and the little we saw from both DFM and Talon weren't that promising just yet. I think DRX is still stable enough to go up in second place.
Should we just say our second place prediction on the count of 3? Together?
Do it. Just at the same time? All right.
1, 2, 3. Team Secret.
DFM. Okay.
For some reason, I just really like this DFM team. Maybe I'm just such a May fanboy that I believe that he can like carry them over the line here. I think there's just too much talent on this team. If they can just kind of, you know, really buckle down, get it together, this team really has a ton of potential in my opinion.
My biggest concern, again, for Team Secret is going to be how does the prep go when they have to play multiple matches back to back to back. That's the one thing that's concerning me, but if that is something that they have tackled, then I don't think I have any cause for concern.
The last group is going to be the reigning winners of VCT Pacific, Paper Rex, and then it is Gen G and RQ.
What we've seen from Paper Rex across 2023, they should, and I think they have to be, your first place prediction going out of this group.
I just have too much faith in Alex. I mean, I think he's so good at getting the players to kind of believe into themselves and their own system. They're just too good, man.
Once again, put all of the hopium I have left in RQ.
Wow.
Okay. But we talked about theoretically why they should look better, a lot better than last year.
And this is where I think it gets even spicier, because you've got Paper X and Gen G remaining. We have the 2 inseparables of RQ and Gen G remaining. And I think that we have the harder decision, so I'm going to make you go first.
That's right.
Okay. And just like it happened in the earlier groups, I think this is one where, yeah, Gen G has a lot of potential, but all 5 players on Paper X have the X factor. Not only good aim, but they're able to clutch it up when it's needed. They're able to go for these 1v2.
Who is Ye? For the blind, he is vision.
So that's
For the
what gonna
hungry,
give them
he
the
is the
edge, and so
chef.
Paper X still
For the
goes into,
thirsty, he is
the potential
water.
play-ins and potential
If Ye
playoffs
thinks,
here.
I agree.
I
If
really
Ye
think that
speaks, I'm
this is the
listening.
time for texture. I
If
think
Ye
this
has
is
a
his
million
moment
fans,
where
I'm one of them.
this is
If he
either
has
it.
10
Like, he's
fans,
gotta
I'm
get it
one of
done
them.
this year,
If Ye has
or
one
he's just
fan,
not
that is
naturally
me.
that
If Ye
guy.
has
It's
no
not a dude
fans,
that
I no
we've
longer
talked about for a long
exist.
time that could
If the
potentially
whole
be
world is against Ye, I'm against the whole world.
I'm big on this team. There's
What a
so much
fucking copy
firepower on this
pasta,
team.
dude.
Going to
Holy.
lean to RRQ. I think that they have way more solid of a foundation to build off of. I think that they've done nothing but make positive moves. I think Genji very much have done the same exact thing, but I'm still going to go with RRQ. Who are your top 2 teams to go to our first international Masters Madrid in 2024?
I'm going with RQ and T1.
Okay.
Okay.
I think RQ and T1 have made sweeping improvements, and they're gonna go to an international tournament to prove that Pacific can be one of the best regions.
Okay, you're looking at me like, yeah, that's my turn. Paper X T1. I agree with you on T1. Paper X, I still think is going to be fine. It's not going to be quite that same look, I suspect, but it should be very, very similar flavor.
For me, I'm also going to go with T1. I think that T1, they've just looked so very good. I think that they have a really solid foundation, and I'm expecting that they will be able to make it over to yet another international event.
Holy
Team alongside
implosion.
them, though, I will go against you both because I am.
He can't get away from it.
I'm going to go with Team C. No, it's the RX. I'm going to go with the RX. I think that I just believe. I just have the faith. So there we have it.
Fair.
Any day now. Any day now. Surely we gotta get a fucking match.
It's about damn time.
All I'm gonna say, bro, if Pat Mahomes goes against Daniel Jones in the Super Bowl, I know who I'm taking.
They weren't being too serious with everything. It's like seeing who's sitting next to who.
The second week is when we really started practice. This year we have a lot of creative minds. People enjoy thinking about the game a lot. The team this year.
Players are under a lot of stress, or they don't have the strategies in place to recover well. There's a huge risk of burnout down the line. It's important to me that they have the support they need to work as hard as they can.
I want to build flexible players so they can adapt very easily. Because I think in sport, the people who adapt the quickest are the ones that will win.
We encourage the guys to actually rest on that rest day, do what they need to do to feel recovered for their next week.
When I was younger, I was always thinking about stuff like sitting down at like a stall in front of like the people cooking and stuff and just eating there.
Oh, I just want to watch the game. I'm actually so annoyed that it hasn't started yet. I'm actually so sick.
Who is more laid back outside of practice?
Who complains more in the gaming house?
Who showers less? This one, I just with this one. If I was playing, I had you for sure.
Who has the better aim? It's better.
Yeah, so you gotta get the whole bundle for the fucking
Duos Day.
Mhm.
Not that bad though. It's only 16 bucks.
Oh.
Yeah, but if you only want to be one half of the duo, I get that.
I go with this one. Let's see.
You have to buy it with somebody to get it.
Oh. Like imagine you only want one. Like imagine you only want like one half.
Put it like this. I know
You have to buy the whole bundle.
Should be like
It's like you'll never be able to have the whole bundle, or like you'll never be able to wear both. tired of these fucking ads, bro. It's the same 3 ads. No, it's like the Valorant ad, not like a Twitch ad.
Red Bull gives you wings. Red Bull gives you wings.
Oh my god, that was insane! Swings the corner! We'll get yet another ace this weekend! Our inaugural VCT Pacific Champions!
Hello, VCT fans. I'm extremely excited to introduce Valorant Champions Tour Pacific 2024. Last year's VCT Pacific run was amazing, with our players showing their unreal potential on the global stage. This year, there are big and exciting changes coming up. Here are the updates and everything you need to know about VCT Pacific 2024.
Yeah, with his wife. I remember taking that shit like way
VCT
like,
Pacific will now have 11 teams competing across the region, with Bleed Esports' recent promotion to the International League through Ascension 2023, and we cannot wait to see them on the stage. Now let's talk about the tournament schedules. This year's journey begins on February 17th in Seoul. VCT Pacific is split into 3 stages: Kickoff, Stage 1, and Stage 2. 2 Masters events are held in between each stage, and Champions will begin in August as the culmination of global competition for 2024. VCT Pacific Kickoff will be split into 3 phases. The first phase is a GSL format where teams are separated into 3 groups, and the team that come out
can't be
in the first
that
each
bad
group
that not even
goes straight
City
to the playoffs.
Sweeney can save it, right?
3
Like,
teams who finish
surely.
second will play in a single round robin where the winner joins the playoffs in a single elimination
She plays
format.
as a shy 15-year-old.
After the intense battle during VCT
Bro, I don't
Pacific
say all
Kickoff,
that.
the top 2 teams will advance to Valorant Masters Madrid.
That's a grown ass woman.
Now let's look at VCT Pacific Stage 1. Each team will be split into 2 groups of 5 Alpha teams and 6 Omega teams. Alpha teams will fight against the Omega teams in a single round robin. The top 3 teams who merge from each group advance to the playoffs and will play in a double elimination bracket. Here, the top 3 teams will be punching their ticket to Valorant Masters Shanghai.
Booty sword.
VCT Pacific Stage 2 has the same format as Stage 1, but this time the Alpha teams will compete against each other in their own group. Same goes for the Omega teams. The top 6 teams with the best performance over the course of Stage 1 and Stage 2
I'm like
will make
looking
it
for
through
like
to the
shit about it.
VCT
I got
Pacific
nothing.
Stage 2 playoffs. The top 3 teams in playoffs and the 1 team with the highest championship points will earn their ticket to Valorant Champions. Championship points are a fresh addition to the VCT ecosystem in 2024. Teams will earn championship points to qualify for Valorant Champions at the end of the year. Teams earn 1 point whenever they win a match during Stage 1 and Stage 2. They earn 3 points if they win Kickoff for Stage 1. Teams will also earn 3 points whenever they win a Masters event. The goal, ultimately, is to reward teams who have been the most consistent throughout the year. Only the best of the best will come out on top. The tide is rising and teams will collide and define their destiny in Valorant Champions Tour Pacific 2024. We'll see you all in Seoul, South Korea.
I think 2023, it's not too bad, but very sad for us. It was not good because we didn't qualify to single master.
Not good enough. My performance wasn't great.
Yeah, flip sider,
Quite tough year at first, but with more time we can bounce back and become like dark horse to everyone.
I think from the outside perspective, we were quite underrated. So in that sense, we maybe performed better than some people expected. But from our like in-house expectation, we definitely didn't reach what we wanted to. We felt like we needed to make improvement.
We built a new roster now. We have the confidence with this roster. That's why I think we just need to practice now.
The first thing on my list was we need a consistent entry fragging. That's something that we lacked, and I've spoken about it openly. So the first name on my list was Maxim, aka Jemkin.
It feels good to move to Korea. It was hard to make visa, but I'm glad that I'm here right now.
This guy is insane. Every time on attack, I just do something and then he just entry and then he just kill 4 and then kill 3.
Sometimes you see a duelist like after he get 3 kills or 2 kills, they just gonna rush go more to find some kills, right? But Jemkin, he never overhit. He's very disciplined. Like after he got 3, he wait for his teammate and then maybe we decide what's next.
I bring more firepower to the team and I'm very talkative. I speak a lot during the game, so I can help my teammates. So yeah.
The other thing is that we're looking for.
Can you cop the merch, the 100 Thieves Pokemon merch? What's up, bro?
And can potentially help IGL.
Why not?
두 팀의 에스트레아라고 하고요. 저는 이 팀에서 세컨드 콜로로 이제 플레이하고 있습니다.
Mechanically is like very talented in aim. Second calling also is like very good decision making, when to call this, when to dog, use util. Overall is like best initiator player in Apex.
제가 생각했을 땐 제가 약간 못 한다고 생각을 안 하거든요. 곧 대회 시작하니까 보여드리면 되지 않나.
One of our first trials we did was Jemkin and Estrella together. I don't think I've seen a team have that level of chemistry for the first time playing together. So that made me really excited. I feel like I can work on top of that and then make it like a champions qualifying team.
RK 때라고 이제 생각할 수 있는 이유는 저를 사인했기 때문 아닐까요? 두고 보면 알겠죠.
I'm always excited. I want to play against something because he's also a Russian guy and I already played against him in Japan. I think it will be a good match if you play against him.
We found what we wanted, what we needed. I hope we qualify for everything. Yeah.
We are still like the underdog in Pacific, but 2024 is make it to all of the masters and champions.
Now we're becoming young adults. We're not perfect, we're not complete at all. We're trying to prove that we belong and amongst the adults of the league, and I think we could surprise some, punching above our age class.
This year gonna be our year.
Yeah, when this game started, man.
Bro, never apparently.
大会だったりイベン
I'm
ト
looking
だ
on
ったり
Twitter, bro. I'm looking for the
最
trend
初
lane.
は
VCT
強そうな
Pacific. There we
キャラ
go.
クターかもしれないんですけど、もう途中から
What's the latest,
いなくな
chat?
って
What's the
くるんです
latest?
悲しいこともいっぱいあったし、めちゃくちゃ辛いこともあった1年かな。
Hey, you ready?
After 1.5 hours, literally 0 updates.
Yeah, just a little.
まあオフシーズンで多少ゆっくりはできたし、メンバーも変わって新しくリフレッシュにスタートができて、来年が
I
楽
was
しみ。
just complimenting them too
まあなん
earlier.
か自分より年下の人が
I was like, bro, their
今まで
production's
プレイ
actually
したことなかったの
so
で、
good
すごい
compared to
新鮮な
everyone
感
else.
覚で、まあ新しい風を感じて本当に
And they go and just fuck me, bro. They
チーム
actually
と
just
して
fucked me in the
す
ass.
ごい爆
Pause.
発するような成長を遂げる可能性ももちろんあるし、逆に多少リスクではあるのは間違いない。もちろん弱くなっちゃう可能性もあるし、ただこれでチームがもっと上手くなってもっと強くなる可能性があるのならば、それはチャレンジしなきゃいけないことだと思ってます。
I think for me, we have some freshmen that is like bringing new energy, and I'm bringing like some new knowledge from across the board to the team. So we are getting like so much good stuffs. We can be a really solid team this year.
ゼータディビジョンのヒロドンです。ポジションはイニシエーター、フレックス。
That boy Yoi.
I think he's really clutch player.
プレイスタイルとしてもすごい賢いタイプ、待ってるのが強いタイプの、なかなか最
He
近
says
見
now
な
I
い
understand why APAC, how the APAC fans feel when there's a delay for the Americas game. I don't know how much longer I can stay awake. No fucking
普段
cap.
はもう謎の自信がめっちゃあって、見てるだけでね、パワーをもらえます。
僕の名前はユランです。
多分今後フレックス、バイパーとかイニシエーターを使う機会が多いと思うので
He can do everything. Whatever we're gonna do, he's the one that, okay, I'm gonna do it, I'm here for it.
プレイスタイルもなんだろうな、恐怖を感じないプレイするんで、ちょっと見てておもろいのは。前よりは多分。The
VCT Pacific stream has been live for 2 hours and 28 minutes, and we haven't started a match yet.
もともといた3人もかなり打ち合うようになって、いろんなこと今試し中なので、前とは違ったデータが見えるんじゃないかなと思います。
対戦したいのは T1 ですかね。リズさんが入ってから強いって聞いてるんで、T1 をとりあえずは戦って勝ちたいです。
基本的にどのチームも強くなってるとは思ってます。
ちょっと怖いですけど、ぶっ倒すしかないんで、ビビんないで自信持っていこうかなと思います。
My first goal is to us be a really consistent team this year, with no like ups and downs during the season, so we can fight all of the years for the Masters spots, also the champions.
めちゃくちゃ応援してくれる人がいるんで、それの応援には応えたいですね。
長期的な目標はそんなに持ってないのかなとは思ってますけど、チャンピオンズとかは出たいですね。そこは間違いなく。
最初の方はちょっとうまくいくかわかんないんですけど。
We're gonna need time because it's gonna be their first year in the franchise, but they are like working a lot. So.
パシフィックチームと戦うのが初めてなので緊張しないように、弱気にならないように頑張ります。
最終的には本当に強いチームになれると信じてます。
There's gonna be a new Zeta. That's it. The new Zeta.
Bro, let's watch a fucking Commend video. Commend did drop a video. Nah, I'm gonna watch another video. Because Commend dropped the video.
For another night market, and we have a lot to talk about. We've got VCT 2024 Pacific about to kick off, so let's go ahead and talk right off the top with PaperX. Are you going to be full buying, fully investing into this team? Are you looking to save and wait?
It's so crazy. Why the fuck is it?
What we saw in the offseason looked pretty good. They're just trying new things. So I'm not quite at the operator level full buy, but I'm almost there.
I am all in on PaperX. Full buy, 5 operators. Let's go with the whole.
I need to watch Valorant 2024.
This team has proven time and time again that they will adapt, right, to whatever is thrown at them, especially the core 4 that is remaining. Obviously, something just 1 year, but he's adapted quite quickly. I mean,
What are you going to watch now that the big game is over? How about more mind-blowing matchups, breakout blockbuster movies, and can't miss must-see shows? Maybe you should ask, what aren't you going to watch? Paramount Plus, a mountain of entertainment.
There are 44 teams in Pro Valorant's Tier 1 circuit this year. There are 44 teams in Pro Valorant's Tier 1 circuit this year.
Where's all this? Oh, it's like 30 seconds of each team. That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, and this video is all you need to know about every single one before the start of the season. Let's get right into it, starting with the Americas. 100 Thieves had a super disappointing 2023, missing out on the regional playoffs by losing to MIBR in the final week. That led to some major changes in the offseason, with them picking up world champion IGL Boostio from EG, along with Zix as head coach, and EU from Ascension runners-up M80. The fans will hope that Boostio can lead from the front and bring 100 Thieves back to the top of NA, but if he can't, it might be time for a full rebuild. Cloud9 started last year with a super team, but 2024 isn't quite the same. Zeppa and Jakey remain on the team after some great performances last year, and Vanity returns as their IGL despite the drama post-lock-in. They've also picked up talented rookie Oxy and Whippy from G2 to add to their firepower. This might not be a super team, but it's definitely got potential, even nearly beating Fnatic in the offseason. EG are coming off the back of a Champions win, but that didn't stop the org from being terrible in the offseason. After trying to keep their players in contract jail and almost leaving esports entirely, there were countless calls for them to be dropped from the league. They did manage to cling on to their VCT spot though, but naturally, most of the players wanted out, and so the only 2 remaining from the Champions winning squad are Jorgamo and head coach Potter. They had to scramble to find 4 more players, and they turned up in the form of Derek, Superman, Apoth, and Nature. A collection of players most think aren't good enough to do much at the tier 1 level, but with Potter at the helm, who knows how far she can take them. Furia looked to once again be second best in Brazil. With star duelist Digizine and flex player Quick leaving, they needed to restructure the team, and so MW Zera has moved over to primary duelist. As the VLR forums will tell you, he is pretty cracked, and Furia's new signings Havoc and Liazzi are also super promising.
What's
but
up,
with mixed
London?
results in their off-season
How you
appearances,
doing, dude? How's
it seems
everything?
like the team might just be MW Zera and friends. G2 saved the day after the Guards' win in Ascension was almost nullified. Trent, Valen, Net and Jonah P are the same core that made the NA miracle run back in 2022, but with the addition of Leaf, one of the best duelists in the Americas last year, it's an exciting time for G2 fans. We've seen what this team can do in Tier 1 before, but after grinding it out in Tier 2 for a year, are they really ready for the top level again? Crew looked destined for the worst possible season last year, but once
I was trying to watch watch party, and that didn't work out at all. Bro, the game is supposed to start at 1. There's been text pauses since it started. Like, there hasn't been a single round played. Yeah. I was trying to watch party like a Asian league for Valorant, like the Pacific League. And yeah, the game hasn't started yet. It was supposed to start at 1, and unfortunately there's been insane tech pauses, so yeah. I was hoping I'd be done by 3. But yeah, nah, I might end soon if it doesn't start. It was supposed to start at 1, end at 3, and then there would be another game, but I was only gonna watch the first game because I really wanted to watch it, but fucking hell, dude. It's looking rough right now. How's everything though? What are you doing up? What is it, like 8 o'clock over there? 9? Wait, is it 5 hours or 6 hours?
As LCQ rolled around, they looked reformed and made the unbelievable run to win it all and make champions. The question now is whether they can...
Oh, is it snowing again? Oh shit. You said yeah, fair play? Yes sir, man. Dude, I'm a grinder, bro. I'm a grinder. It's nearly 8 a.m, so 5 hours. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Then you're up at 8 a.m. on a Saturday, dude? Nah, you're insane for that. It's the weekend. I'm knocked the fuck out on those days. What are you doing up at 8 a.m? You got work or something?
After the tragic passing of Davies, they of course had to make changes, and they brought in long-time Leviathan Sentinel Shy and LATAM rookie MTA. Surely they can get at least 1 win in the regular season this time, right? Leviathan are one of 2 rosters that fans are labeling as a super team in the Americas. They've dropped the bag after a lackluster 2023, creating a team that spans the entire region in search of results.
So you're just up at 8 a.m. by choice?
The only remaining
crazy,
players,
bro.
and the only LATAM players
You're
left
actually
on the team,
insane for
with
that.
Tex from the Guard coming in as the Sentinel, Aspas on Duelist, and World Champion Initiator Com rounding out the roster. If they get the chemistry right, this roster could win it all.
I see
Screw it
at
up,
the moment.
and
I
they
feel
could
that, bro.
completely collapse.
My
Loud are
goes
kind
so
of the
fucked.
rock
I'm
of
up either
VCT
super
Americas.
late,
Whether they have
and
COVID,
wake up
have
really
made
late,
huge roster
or I go to
changes,
sleep
or just look
kinda
down and
early.
out, they still managed to
It
perform.
got you on a madness. No, I
2023
feel
was
that
great
for
for them.
real, dude. If I
Second
don't
at
got
lock-in,
class,
first in VCT
I go to sleep
Americas,
extremely
and third
late.
at
But then
champs. There's no
these
reason
days
to
where I
think
have to go to sleep
2024
early
won't be
because I have
great
a
too.
9 a.m. It just
Well,
fucks my schedule
apart
up.
from losing Aspas.
It's like,
We don't know
I'm up
yet
at
how
9
big of
a.m.
a
and then
blow
the next
it
day
will
I'm
be
up
to
at
Loud.
like 12.
Just that he is an
And I'm up at
insane
9
player
a.m.
who
again,
will
then
be
I'm up at
almost
like
impossible
1.
to
It's so
replace.
chalk.
Quick has stepped in, but with no knowledge of the roles on this team, can they really reach the same heights? MIBR were arguably the worst
It
team in the
makes you
Americas
feel
last
old?
season,
No, actually,
especially
though,
after
old people
Cruz
waking
surpassed
up
them in the
mad
LCQ.
early for no
Despite that
reason.
though, they aren't really doing much differently in 2024.
Like my grandparents, for
Newcomers
example, they be up
Artson
at
and
like
Mazin
5 in the
didn't really
morning,
impress
6 in the
much
morning,
last year.
just vibing.
The one
Like,
exciting
years a
move
week,
they
gotta
have
wake up.
made
No,
though
that's
is
what I'm
bringing in Fraud
saying.
from Loud.
Yo, literally
Joining
word
Bazooka
for
on
word,
the
bar
coaching
for bar,
staff,
5 in the
MLBR
morning.
seem to be focusing on developing young Brazilian talent. Whether this will actually work or not, we don't know. But don't be surprised if you see MIBR at the bottom of the league come June. NRG were not going to be embarrassed by the likes of Billy again this year, and so have created a behemoth of a team for
NRG made a
2024,
super
at least from
team.
an individual standpoint. They've kept the reliable duo of Victor and Crashies, reunited them with Marved, and brought over Ethan and Demon 1 from the champions-winning EG roster. The only issue some saw
So
was
3
the
days
lack
a
of
week,
clear
you gotta wake up
IGL,
at 5
but
a.m. to go to
Ethan
the
has taken
office?
up the
Damn, what
role
time you
and
gotta go
will
to the
probably
office
be
at?
more than fine
Or
with
what,
his
like,
FPS experience.
Damn, if you're up at 5 a.m.,
If this
what the
team
fuck?
doesn't
You
win
gotta
an
go
event,
in, like,
it
what,
will
like
be a
7?
shock. The sheer amount of talent here is terrifying. Sentinels were still somehow one of the most talked about teams last year, despite their results being pretty awful. Constant roster changes tanked their season, so they look for stability in the break before 2024. Their solution was bringing in John QT from MAT to IGL, seemingly the only change to the starting 5. But as off-season tournaments went badly with Pancada and well with Zelsis, the Brazilian controller is now on the bench and Zaddy has stepped up. I can't believe I just said that. Their form in the off-season has been nothing short of incredible, beating the likes of DRX, PaperX, Team Liquid, and G2 on their way to multiple
Don't go into the office, you
tournament
can
wins.
have
The
a
hype
lane and
hasn't
wake
been
up at
higher
8
for a
a.m.
Sentinels team in recent
Yeah,
years.
that's good,
But
bro.
can
I mean,
they
yeah,
finally
imagine,
live
like,
up
bro,
to
you
it?
wake up at 8
That's it
a.m.,
for
you, like,
VCT
roll out of
Americas.
bed,
And now we move on to the
brush your
newest league in
teeth,
Pro
fucking
Valorant, VCT China.
warm up the
And if
coffee
you're
in
an
the
Americas
pot, and
fan,
that's it, bro.
listen
Like
up.
8:30,
You'll need to
you got
know
a
these
meeting
teams
or
when they
some shit
upset
like that.
NRG at champs
8:15,
again.
you got a
All
meeting.
gamers are quite an underwhelming team to
That's
start
funny
with,
as
to be
fuck.
honest. They've picked up a few players who were dropped from their previous teams. Spitfires from Rare Atom, Bunt and Monk from ASE, Del B from 17 Gaming, and Sword9, who was the assistant
I don't know
coach
any
on
of these
EDG
people.
last year.
What the
They might
fuck?
be able to do something, but don't expect too much
Our
from
roster
them,
is
being a new
deep,
team up
bro.
against some powerhouses in China.
You go to bed at
Billy
like 9:30,
Gaming
10,
are
bro. I
mostly
don't
known
remember
by the
last time I went
Valorant
to bed at
community
9:30
as
or
that
10,
random
dude.
Chinese team
Holy
that beat
shit.
NRG at champions.
That's like some
But
grown
they're
man
actually a
shit.
huge org in China. They've kept most of their team the same.
I
for the
don't
new
remember
VCT
the last time
season,
I went to
so
sleep
YZ will
before,
still be
like,
tearing people
midnight.
up with the the judge, watch out Ardis.
Really bad.
But they did switch out Smoke's player Rin for new IGL Bear. They had a slight dip in form after Champions though, so we're now around the middle of the pack in China. We'll have to see if they can qualify to some more international events. DRG are the Ascension team from China, with the tournament happening much later than others across the world. They actually weren't the favourites to win it, that went to Rare Atom, who had been second in China for a while, but much like Gentlemates in EMEA, DRG went on a crazy lower bracket run to Fnatic. Fnatic, however, are the super team. An unchanged lineup from the two-timers of 2023 means more high expectations. The only difference in Fnatic's squad for this year is Mini dropping from head coach to assistant coach,
on weekends,
and Elmer
wake up
Puddy
hella
coming in
early.
as
I mean,
his
yeah, your
replacement.
body's just
A
so
move that
used
shouldn't
to it,
change
like,
the team too much overall.
naturally
The only
being
real
up at this
question is
time,
if they
it's
can do as
fucked,
well as
dude.
they did last year,
Holy.
or possibly even better.
was worse a few
We'll have
months
to
ago?
find
What you mean
out.
by that?
Foot overperformed last year, and are building on that with their roster moves before this
How could it
season.
possibly
Despite
be
some
worse
great
than up
stats
at
last
5
year,
in the morning?
Kiwi has left the team to make way
Or up at
for
like 6
CNED.
in the morning.
This is the first time we've seen him on a
Oh,
Turkish team in
nearly
Tier 1
8.
Valorant.
Yeah, how could
The
it be
perfect
worse
place
than
for
waking
him
up
to
at
bounce
7
back
in the
after a
morning on a day
mediocre
you don't
year
gotta
on
work?
RV. The weak link of Modge has also been replaced by cracked young sentinel Yetajay, who has already shown his skills in Red Bull
Yetajay's so
Homeground
good.
and
Holy
Convergence
shit.
in this
That guy's
off-season.
insane.
This might finally be the year
Yo,
I rode the market to the moon and back.
And two
Met with my
ads.
TurboTax expert.
You're up at 5:30 on weekends? No, that's insane. That's actually so nice. I'd be so mad. You don't like wake up and just like try to go back to sleep? You just can't, or what?
Shine like the sunset and rank up fast with Valorant Tracker. Become the best agent you can be
That'd
in
be
Valorant's
so
new season
sick.
with these simple, powerful tools. When starting a new match, scout your allies and foes and plan accordingly. Can you trust your team? Is someone smurfing? Now you can know. New to some.
Alright, I can skip that.
that
Thank
Turkey
God.
shows its true strength on the international stage. Gentlemates ascended into the VCT with an outstanding upset win over Apex in the grand final. They're bringing another huge French fanbase with them, with French content creator
Aw.
Gotiga as the owner, but unfortunately hopes aren't that high for the actual team in VCT.
You can't fall back
They
asleep
do have the
unless
advantage
you're
of
hella
having
tired.
great chemistry
Yeah, I
from
get
being
that.
together for so long. But
Me
at the end of
personally,
the day,
bro, if
they're
I
still a
can't
tier
fall
2
asleep
team
and I
up
want to fall
against some
asleep,
of the
bro,
best
just pop
players in
a
the
pop a
world.
gummy,
If
pop a
they are able
melatonin
to make
gummy,
an
and that's
impact,
it. I'm
though,
out like a
it will
light.
likely be off the back of
Like
heroics
a
from Logan
fucking
or
light. I'm
Tank.
done,
Giant
bro.
X
I'm
are
done
Giant's post-rebrand with XL. Basically the same org, just don't say their name too quickly. It's basically the same team as last year too. After winning the LCQ, they didn't need to change up too much, and if Rhyme hadn't retired to focus on its studies, they might not have made any changes at all. But they needed a new IGL, and the Masters winning one was on the market. Redgar is now the captain of the team, turning them into real dark horses for the season. Heretics had a pretty abysmal season in 2023, going 2-7 in the regular season and out after the first round of the LCQ. Benji Fishy came in at the end of the year to try and save them, but all hope was already lost. They've completely changed their approach this year, going from a team of
You don't try
veterans
taking
to
like
a roster full
NyQuil
of
or
young,
like
unpolished
any
talent
like
with some
melatonin
insane
gummies or anything
potential.
like that to try and
Benji
sleep, or
and
they have
Boo
like
are staying,
sprays
with Mini Boo,
that you put on
Boo's
like
younger brother,
like you spray on your
Rienz,
pillows and like
Turkish
on your
wonder kid
sheets,
Woot being added.
and boom, like a
Unfortunately, Woot
light
is
that
actually
has
still
you.
too
I've
young
used
to
that
play
shit
in the
before
Kickoff
as well.
tournament at the
I don't
start
know
of the
what
year.
I don't know
So
what's
sixth
in
player
that shit,
Patsek
but
is stepping
it
in
works.
until Masters Madrid. If
It
they
was
can
crazy
make it
because you
there.
managed to catch one of
Karmine
your
Corp would
guys'
have to
streams
try
in
very hard to
Cali.
have a worse season than last
Holy
year.
shit.
They're doing something
That's
similar
like
to
an 8-hour
Heretics in
difference.
2024 with a
That's
revamped
literally
roster
the
of
8
young
hour
players. Shin stays from last
8 hour
year,
work
being
day.
the only real solid player from
And
that
if it's
team,
5 hours
and is
from
joined
here,
by Martin,
from where
Tomazin,
you're at in
Narrate,
the
and
UK to
Magnum,
the East
who will be
Coast,
IGLing.
then add
Picking
another
up
3
so many
hours.
inexperienced players is a risk.
An 8
but
hour
with former
swing and you
Gambit
managed to
coach
watch
Aang
the
at the helm,
stream? Holy
KC fans
fuck,
will be
dude.
hoping that they can develop
I mean,
quickly.
unless you were streaming early,
Lots of
then you
Valorant
never know.
analysts are touting them to be pretty good this year, so maybe the fans will finally have something to celebrate about. Koi are another org that have gone through a merger, and until a week ago we didn't actually know what their roster was. They managed to pull together a decent team, but
Yeah.
it's hard to rank them highly against some of the other stacked rosters this year. Promising youngster Grabinho has come up from the East League,
I have no
new
idea who that
duelist
is,
Camo hails from
Grabinho.
Portugal, and Shadow returns to Tier 1 after good showings on Apex. This team probably won't be world beaters, but could get some wins here and there. Liquid built a very strong team on paper last year, but clashing personalities led to very high highs and extremely low lows. Stability was a priority for 2024, and there was no team more stable last year than Apex. Enzo, Mystic and Kaiko make their way onto TL, alongside Nats and Yampi. If the team vibes are good and stable, Liquid could right last year's wrongs, but do they have the firepower to make waves this year? Na'Vi are a team we know have the firepower. 2023 wasn't great for them, with CNED just not clicking with the rest of the team, but now with Ardis back from NA, the old Copenhagen winning FBX roster has been reformed. Same players, same coach, same vibes. It should be a smooth transition back to the upper echelon of EMEA. If Xiao and Sugetsu especially can get back to their old form, maybe they can even rival Fnatic. Team Vitality are another team aiming for the top of Europe this season. With a mix of new and existing talent, every player on the roster is a game changer. Safe and recent signing Trex reunite reunite from their old days on Guild together, and Runner and Kicks are super promising talents from the Challengers
This is
Leagues.
insane.
They'll all be led by
bro.
Sender,
Alright,
Vitality's
if I
impactful
don't see
Sentinel
any
player from last
news,
year. With the second place finish behind Foot at the off-season's Convergence event, Vitality will be confident they can make it to an international event this year.
Like
That's 3 leagues down
there's
and 1 to go.
nothing, like not even
The
an
region's still
update. I might
searching
go
for
to
their
sleep.
first international trophy, Pacific.
Nah, man,
Bleed
this
are
is
Pacific's Ascension team,
crazy,
winning a
bro.
close grand final over Japanese squad Scars.
You're gonna get some
pulled off
breakfast?
probably the
Alright,
best
bro.
clutch
Hope
in
the-
Valorant
if
history
the
in
game
that match,
starts, I'll
and
be
he'll look
here,
to
so
continue his
hope to
clutch
see you
antics
back.
in the league this year.
Let's hope the fucking
Unfortunately,
game
though,
starts soon,
2 of
bro,
Bleed's
because
players
holy
who
shit,
won
this
that
is
final are
insane.
too young to play in
But I'll
Tier
talk to you,
1,
London. Thank
which
you
has
for
led to
stopping
some
by, bro. I
insane
appreciate
roster
it.
moves. Longtime SEA veteran Egoist joins the squad, but he's not the one everyone's talking about. That would be Ye. He's back after a disastrous 2023,
Ye.
and will be hoping to reach the same heights he did with Optic in 2022. Bleed aren't quite the same caliber of team though, so they'll have to do well to set him up for success. Detonation Focus Me, however, had literally 0 success in 2023. Not a single match win. They needed to change things up, and they really did. A merger with Crazy Raccoon, one of Japan's biggest orgs, has brought new players and a new fan base. The team still isn't incredible, but with Japanese mainstays like Neff and Mei, they definitely have more of a chance to get a win this season. Don't get your hopes too high, but there is at least some hope now. DRX with the longest standing roster of 5 in the VCT. Since 2021, their team has been the same 5 players, and many assumed that would continue into 2024. But after a disappointing early exit from both Tokyo and Champions, the team felt like they needed a change. That led to Zest and RB being dropped from the team, to much dismay from the community, and rookies Foxy9 and Flashback being called up from the bench. Foxy9 played some games last year, but didn't really impress, but Flashback has looked good in off-season tournaments for DRX. It's somewhat of a gamble for the org, but if it pays off, maybe they can reach the podium of an international tournament once again. Gen.G started off 2023 going 4-0 in the regular season, and then proceeded to lose every single match after that. The complete collapse of the team was unprecedented, but it was clear something within the team environment wasn't right. As a result, the team has been completely revamped. Only Meteor stays, but with Texture coming in as the main duelist, he'll move over to the Sentinel role. Forgotten Korean legend Lakia returns to Tier 1 competition, and Munchkin will be IGLing after a decent season on T1. These 4 veterans will try to develop new talent Karon, who the team describes as a raw aimer. It's the first chance for him, but the last chance for some of these icons of Korean Valorant. GE couldn't deliver their dedicated fanbase any major wins last season, missing out on the playoffs. Inconsistent flashes of brilliance weren't enough to push them over the line, so this year they've put a focus on a stable and intelligent roster. Benkai and Russ return to the top level, both calling the strats for this squad, and trying to set up the other players to succeed. Polvi is their import duelist from the French League, Blaze King hails from Boom, and Lightning Fast fills the final spot as their sole Indian representative. We'll have to see if this wildly different approach works in GE's favour. PaperX are almost unchanged from the team that barely missed out on the Champions Trophy. Of course, that was Jing's last game, at least for a while, and so he's been replaced by Monyet, who overperformed on GE last year. Jing is irreplaceable, to be honest, but that doesn't mean the team will be worse. We'll have to see how Monyet fits into their system, and even then, they still have some of the best players in the world. Expect them to top the Pacific League once again, and to see some classic PaperX antics, with wild agent picks and some incredible aim. RRQ surprised most with their performances last year, emerging as the favourites for the LCQ. They didn't manage to win it though, leading to some changes for 2024. Jemkin makes his way over from Scars with some outrageous stats last year, and Estrella brings some much needed experience to this young team. If RRQ continue their form from 2023, with these new players, they could be seriously dangerous. Talon had a huge fall off last year, going from nearly beating DRX at lock-in to second bottom of the Pacific League. They switched their roster too many times mid-season, so hopefully these new moves will let them find a sense of stability. To the dismay of the Thai fans though, they decided to pick up 2 NA players, Ban and Governor. There's clearly enough Thai talent in the Tier 2 leagues, so it's a bit confusing as to why Talon went in this direction. They did pick up Surf last minute though, the Thai duelist who made his mark in 2022 with Xerxia. Hopefully they can find some good form to begin the season. I'm not confident though. Team Secret had a pretty good year in 2023, all things considered. 5th in the Pacific League and runners-up in the...
Alright, bro, I'm done with this. I'm very bored of watching that shit. It's not my favorite Command video. Command has way better videos, I won't lie. I do recommend Command though, if you guys are watching. Command's actually the GOAT, I won't lie. He has some banger videos. I'd be watching them. Not on this account though. But I would recommend. Oh, I do watch on this account some of them. No, I do recommend though. He has actually some really nice videos. I watched this one as well. This one was really good. He did 4 months apart. This was like 1 month apart or some shit. He ended up doing 4 months apart, but it was well worth the wait. Well worth. This was a good video. I like this one as well. It was alright. This one was cool actually. I enjoyed that one for sure. This one was insanely good. This one was a good watch. We're back? We're not back. Okay. What did Mel say? Where's Mel? Why did everyone say hi, Mel? Where's Mel? Where is Mel? Is she the one that put the copy pasta? She probably, or not the copy pasta, but she probably typed it first.
Sitting down at like a
I got nothing.
in front of like the
I got nothing, guys. I got nothing. This shit is so chalk.
It's literally ice on it, guys.
I'm just not chatting in here. Bro, they're capping, bro. They're actually just cappers, bro.
Back outside of practice.
Let me refresh. Valorant Pacific. Bro, I might just go to sleep, bro. Fuck this shit. Oh, I got an ad too, dude. I fucking hate it here. What did Melange say? Melange's not chatted here. She just followed today. I didn't realize I followed, bro. Where is she typing?
Yeah, we are in the same team.
Put it like this. I know you cannot see me, but it should be like this.
You can't type back. That's funny. Mel can't type back because she just followed today. I guess like she followed or some shit. How does everyone know she followed? Yeah, see like free Melange, free Melange, free Melange. It's probably, wait, hold on. She's streaming right now? Let's see, Melange. We're gonna go watch her stream. She's actually going through it. She's just like me for real.
Wait, it has liquid metal? That's actually insane. I'm not even joking. I'm not trying to meme liquid metal cooling. The bitch just got mercury in their goddamn PC.
Alright. I'm over it. It's so loud, no? Wait, let me just lower it in here. It's probably good enough for you guys. Oh, dude. They should not have done this to me.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Red Bull gives you wings. Well, we get an update. Final fucking Lee. Dude, an audio hardware issue. What the fuck does that mean, chat? Just change the fucking headsets, bro.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Oh my god, that was insane. Breaks the corner. We'll get yet another ace
Just switch off.
our inaugural VCT Pacific Champions.
Hello, VCT fans. I'm extremely excited to introduce Valorant Champions Tour Pacific 2024. Last year's VCT Pacific run was amazing, with our players showing their unreal potential on the global stage. This year, there are big and exciting changes coming up. Here are the updates and everything you need to know about VCT Pacific 2024. VCT Pacific will now have 11 teams competing across the region, with Bleed Esports' recent promotion to the International League through Ascension 2023, and we cannot wait to see them on the stage. Now let's talk about the tournament schedules. This year's journey begins on February 17th in Seoul. VCT Pacific is split into 3 stages: Kickoff, Stage 1, and Stage 2. 2 Masters events are held in between each stage, and Champions will begin in August as the culmination of global competition for 2024. VCT Pacific Kickoff will be split into 3 phases. The first phase is a GSL format where teams are separated into 3 groups, and the team to come out in first in each group goes straight to the playoffs. The 3 teams who finish second will play in a single round robin where the winner joins the playoffs in a single elimination format. After the intense battle during VCT Pacific Kickoff, the top 2 teams will advance to Valorant Masters Madrid. Now let's look at VCT Pacific Stage 1. Each team will be split into 2 groups of 5 Alpha teams and 6 Omega teams. Alpha teams will fight against the Omega teams in a single round robin. The top 3 teams who emerge from each group advance to the playoffs and will play in a double elimination bracket. Here, the top 3 teams will be punching their ticket to Valorant Masters Shanghai. VCT Pacific Stage 2 has the same format as Stage 1, but this time the Alpha teams will compete against each other in their own group. Same goes for the Omega teams. The top 6 teams with the best performance over the course of Stage 1 and Stage 2 will make it through to the VCT Pacific Stage 2 playoffs. The top 3 teams in playoffs and the 1 team with the highest championship points will earn their ticket to Valorant Champions. Championship points are a fresh addition to the VCT ecosystem in 2024. Teams will earn championship points to qualify for Valorant Champions at the end of the year.
Really, where my
Teams earn
leg
1
is,
point
bro.
whenever they win a match during Stage 1 and Stage 2. They earn 3 points if
My
they win Kickoff for
hammy's
Stage
going
1.
through it.
Teams will also earn 3 points whenever they win a Masters event. The goal, ultimately, is to reward teams who have been the most consistent throughout the year. Only the best of the best will come out on top. The tide is rising and teams will collide and define their destiny in Valorant Champions Tour Pacific 2024. See you all in Seoul, South Korea.
All right, bro. 320. If it's not up, I'm done.
I think 2023, it's not too bad, but very sad for us. It was not good because we didn't qualify to single master.
Not good enough. My performance wasn't great.
Quite tough year at first, but with more time we can bounce back and become like dark horse to everyone.
I think from the outside perspective, we were quite underrated. So in that sense, we maybe performed better than some people expected. But from our like in-house expectation, we definitely didn't reach where we wanted to. We felt like we needed to make improvement.
We built a new roster now. We have the confidence with this roster, so I think we just need to practice now.
The first thing on my list was we need a
Shit is so
consistent
chalk.
entry fragging. That's something that we lacked, and I've spoken about it openly. So the first name on my list was Maxim, aka Jemkin.
It feels good to move to Korea. It was hard to make visa, but I'm glad that I'm here right now.
This guy is insane. Every time on attack, I just do something and then he just entry and then he just kill 4 and then kill 3.
Sometimes you see a duelist like after he get 3 kills or 2 kills, they just gonna rush to go more to find some kills, right? But Yamkin, he never overhit. He's very disciplined. Like after he got 3, he wait for his teammate and then maybe we decide what's next.
I bring more firepower to the team, and I'm very talkative. I speak a lot during the game, so I can help my teammates. So yeah.
The other thing is that we're looking for a flash initiator player that can actually frag and can potentially help IGL.
RRQ 팀의 에스트레아라고 하고요. 저는 이 팀에서 세컨드 폴로로 플레이하고 있습니다.
Mechanically is like very talented
in aim. Second calling also is like very good decision making when to call this, when to dog, use util. Overall is like best initiator player in Apex.
제가 생각했을 땐 제가 약간 못 한다고 생각을 안 하거든요. 곧 데뷔 시작하니까 보여드리면 되지 않나.
One of our first trials we did was Jemkin and Estrella together. I don't think I've seen a team have that level of chemistry for the first time playing together. So that made me really excited. I feel like I can work on top of that and then make it like a champions qualifying team.
RK 때라고 이제 생각할 수 있는 이유는 저를 사인했기 때문 아닐까요? 두고 보면 알겠죠.
I'm always excited. I want to play against something because he's also Russian guy and I already played against him in Japan. I think it will be a good match if you play against him.
We found what we wanted, what we needed. I hope we qualify for everything. Yeah.
We are still like the underdog in Pacific, but 2024 is for us to make it to all of the masters and champions.
Now we're becoming young adults. We're not perfect, we're not complete at all. We're trying to prove that we belong and amongst the adults of the league, and I think we could surprise some punching above our age class.
This year gonna be our year.
いろんなことが始まって大会だったりイベントだったり
最初は強そうなキャラクターかもしれないですけどもう途中からいなくなってるんじゃないですかね。
楽しいこともいっぱいあったしめちゃくちゃ辛いこともあった1年かな。
Hey, you ready? You look different. Yeah, just a little.
まあオフシーズンで多少ゆっくりはできたしメンバーも変わって新しくリフレッシュスタートができて、来年が楽しみな感じですかね。
まあなんか自分より年下の人が今まで1回ぐらいしかなかったのですごい新鮮な感覚で、新しい風を感じる本当にそんな感じですね。
チームとしてすごい爆発するような成長を遂げる可能性ももちろんあるし、逆に多少リスクではあるのは間違いない。もちろん弱くなっちゃう可能性もあるし、ただ、これでチームがもっと上手くなってもっと強くなる可能性があるのならばそれはチャレンジしなきゃいけないことだと思ってます。
I think for me, we have some freshmen that is like bringing new energy, and I'm bringing like some new knowledge from across the board to the team. So we are getting like so much good stuffs. We can be a really solid team this year.
ゼータディビジョンのヒロロンです。ポジションはイニシエーター、フレックス。
Hiroron, I think he's really clutch player.
プレイスタイルとしてもすごい賢いタイプ、待ってるのが強いタイプのなかなか最近見ないタイプのプレイヤーで、ゲーム外では真面目ですね。
チーム練習以外でも練習ちゃんとしてるし、ユランと比べると大人っすねめちゃくちゃ。
ユランはもう謎の自信がめっちゃあって見てるだけでねパワーをもらえます。
僕の名前はユランです。多分今後フレックス、バイパーとかイニシエーターを使う機会が多いと思うので。
He can do everything. Whatever we're gonna do, he's the one that okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm here for it.
プレイスタイルもなんだろうな、恐怖を感じないプレイするんで、ちょっと見てておもろいのは。
前よりは多分プレイの2人変わってるんでめちゃくちゃ変わると思うんですけど。
新しい2人はね、本当に打ち合いが好きで、それにこう引っ張られるように、もともといた3人もかなり打ち合うようになって。
いろんなこと今試し中なので、前とは違ったゼータが見れるんじゃないかなと思います。
対戦したいのは T1 ですかね。リズさんが入ってから強いって聞いてるんで、T1 をとりあえずは戦って勝ちたいです。
基本的にどのチームも強くなってるとは思ってます。
ちょっと怖いですけど、ぶっ倒すしかないんでビビんないで自信持っていこうかなと思います。
My first goal is to us be a really consistent team this year with no like ups and downs during the season, so we can fight all of the years for the Masters spots, also the champions.
めちゃくちゃ応援してくれる人がいるんで、それの応援には応えたいですね。
長期的な目標はそんなに持ってないのかなとは思ってますけど、チャンピオンズとかは出たいですね。そこは間違いなく。
最初の方はちょっとうまくいくかわかんないんですけど。
We're gonna need time because it's gonna be their first year in the franchise, but they are like working a lot. So.
パシフィックチームと戦うのが初めてなので緊張しないように、弱気にならないように頑張ります。
最終的には本当に強いチームになれると信じてます。
There's gonna be a new Zeta. That's it. It's a new Zeta.
Well, thank you very much for joining me here for another night market. I know we have a lot to talk about. We've got VCT 2024 Pacific about to kick off. So let's go ahead and talk right off the top with PaperX. Are you going to be full buying, fully investing into this team? Are you looking to save and wait and see how they look?
What we saw in the offseason looked pretty good. They're just trying new things. So I'm not quite at the operator level full buy, but I'm almost there.
Well, I am all in on PaperX. Full buy, 5 operators. Let's go with the whole.
Scatter my economy.
There you go. This team has proven time and time again that they will adapt, right, to whatever is thrown at them, especially the core 4 that is remaining. Obviously, something just 1 year, but he's adapted quite quickly. I mean, he was thrown right onto the stage of Pacific 2023, and he adjusted very well to become the MVP of the very inaugural season. When the dust settles, this team is going to continue to come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm going to be, of course, right there with a full buy as well, because I think you'd have to be a lunatic to not back this squad. Monyet coming in, even though he didn't have the greatest display over at the AVL, they have now had way more time to further integrate him into the roster even more fully. So I think that this is still going to be a very scary team that you cannot underestimate. Well, we started off with the team that won Pacific. Let's go for the second place team this time around. It's DRX. A lot of changes.
Very, very big changes. This team, we thought they were going to stick with the whole core 5, the entire team, and they finally made these big changes that a lot of people were hoping would happen, but maybe not this specific variation.
It's pretty surprising to see them go with another young gun here with Flashback. He looks really good at times, so maybe with this tremendous amount of time they've had during the offseason, they can put it together.
But it's got to be daunting for someone like Flashback, right? You didn't get to really work with a team over a whole year through this entire grueling system to get used to playing against different opponents. So I have to wonder, as one of those Academy players and one of the youngest players, how much can he prove within that first season?
I'm going to go for a bit of a half buy. Foundation is still laid for this team to continue to be at the top of Pacific. It's just, does it all come together in time for kickoff?
Speaking of young
Bro,
talent,
Stevie's all the way back there. Like, come on,
made
man.
some very big changes, bringing up 2 players that used to be on their Academy roster in Zeta Division from Japan.
Yeah, and I think that this is one of the most anticipated teams coming into the season. We've seen some glimpses from them back at Red Bull Homeground. It seemed like there was a lot of potential there, so I'm curious to see how they look, how ready they're going to be coming out on stage for the kickoff of VCT Pacific.
I'm gonna save on this roster. I think what we can all agree are the 3 best players on Zeta coming in, Sugar, Zero, Depp, and Laz. I mean, that is a very solid foundation to build around. So you've got like these superstars coming onto this team. It's just, is the coaching staff going to be able to get them prepared and in time, especially for this kickoff? I think it's a tough task. And that's bringing in Carlau from Brazil. This guy working with Furia for a long time, having pretty good success over there, a strong FPS region, now bringing his talents over to Japan. This is something that I think Zeta really hit the nail on the head with.
And I think all of this, breathing a lot of fresh air, having these rookies who, at least during the offseason, showed some confidence to make their own plays, had some really crispy aim in certain rounds, I think I'm going to buy into this team.
Some things still need to be done for them to be able to go beyond, because we saw them get over to champions, and then we saw the struggles, much like another team that has been making some overarching changes, which is T1.
I'm going full buy. I'm going full buy on T1. Just right off the rip. No holding back. They bring in Rossi, that he brings this really positive mental attitude, but he fits in nicely. He's playing off his teammates really, really well. Yeah, and also Izu playing so well in Japan previously, in Challengers Japan, just absolutely dominating that region for a long time, and now coming up here, getting a chance, looking good already in the Tier 1 scene.
I see him with Excurit, the drive and the hunger to prove something, and of course his operator skills we've seen can really match anyone around the world, especially in Pacific. However, that only gets you so far. You have to have a better macro strategy, a better understanding of the entire map. I think they've proven they're very good at that.
Let's talk about somebody else who was dominant in the Japanese scene last year. Jemkin, now joining RRQ. This team,
just no hesitation.
Bro, fuck this, dude. I'm out, guys. Thank you guys for watching.
Proven that he
this
absolutely
is
has that factor.
crazy. I'm done for the night. Thank you guys for watching. I will talk to you guys next time. I'll stream tomorrow, though, hopefully. And I'm out. Peace out.